Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie.
Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ. In Hebrew, it's Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The immaculate conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom to everybody online. We're back on our original page. Okay, so please make sure you like, share, subscribe. We are back. Get the word out. They suspended us for 3 months. We are back. Okay, back and better than ever. We're located at 8524 South Braesville Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. Class times are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. Saturday, Sabbath class from 10 to 2 p.m. And then we street speak after. We also have our Sundays kids class from, what time is kids class?
2 to 3.
2 to 3 p.m. every Sunday. All right, so that's for children under the age of 12. And we have that pre-recorded and then upload it to our ISB HBK Kids channel, okay? Make sure you check out our 5 Minutes of Wisdom. Make sure you check out, and that's on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to that. Also check out our Hidden Truth cable show every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Houston time, okay? And that's on Comcast channel 17 local. Or you can stream it live on hmstv.org. Okay, so look out for all those different avenues of receiving the truth. Okay, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you spread the word. Okay, about all those different things. If you're in the San Antonio area, as well as the Albuquerque or Austin, Texas areas, we do have classes. If you like those times and days, please just hit us up. We'll get you the information. Okay, brother's got a business in the First Colony Mall. Okay, we sell aromatherapeutic and fragrant body oils, body butters, all things of the natural and organic sort. So if you want to be healthy, you want to smell good at the same time, come down to First Colony Mall in Sugar Land, as well as Baybrook Mall in Friendswood. Okay, we got 2 locations. Said that about the cable show. The Blog Talk Radio, brought to you by the brother Mashaba out in Albuquerque. That's every Monday through Friday at about 9:30 a.m. Okay, that's blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba, MASHAHBA. Okay, Israel Wear is taking orders, so if you like any armbands or headbands or anything like that made, anything fringed, if you need some t-shirts made, we do that. Just hit us up, go to Facebook, search Israel Wear, 2 words, and you'll get the page, and then you'll be able to contact the sisters. Okay? If you need to reach a teacher, you can reach Priest Kazakia at 281-707-2737. You can reach me at 303-557-8979. You can also email us at isbhpk@isbhpk.org. Okay? For any donations that you want to give, all donations are welcome and needed. If you want to give any books, pens, papers, cars, clothes, we're looking for a new building. If you know anybody in the commercial retail game that can get us something for the cheap, for the low, hit us up. Anything that you want to send to the school, you can mail it to the school, 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. For any monetary donations, the Wells Fargo account number as well as the Google Wallet account number will be on the screen. We definitely want to thank everybody that's been given so far. We definitely appreciate it. All the alms, all the donations, whatever you give, you know, we appreciate it. We use it. We redistribute it to who needs it. So we definitely, you know, thank y'all for that. We definitely thank y'all for that. And, you know, just keep doing what y'all are doing. Keep helping out. Keep helping to get the word of the Most High out. You know, the scriptures say you give a prophet a cup of water, you get a prophet's reward. So, you know, just keep doing what y'all are doing, man. Keep tuning in with the positivity. Keep tuning in to learn. We appreciate it. You know, it's our service, it's our duty. So we definitely appreciate it. Okay? Again, we are back on our old channel from 3 months ago. We were suspended. You know how YouTube, they hate. They don't want the word getting out. So make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay? I know we started a little bit late. And I was going to go directly into the class. It's a good topic. I mean, y'all see the topic. You know, we're going into that spirit of self-hatred. You know, self-hatred and you know, they talk about black on black crime, right? Blacks killing blacks. But think about it. We know that blacks are physically out there killing each other. We know that, right? Go look at Chicago. Go look at all these inner cities. Go look at any inner city or ghetto. The favelas. You know, you go to little Caribbean islands like Jamaica and Haiti, and you go to all these different places. And you got Israel. It's Israel killing Israel. Israel killed Israel more than the white man killed Israel. Physically. How much more spiritually? How much more spiritually do we tear each other down? Do we rip each other apart? Do we not be there for one another when we're needed? How much more do we do that with all the things that have been put into us from the world? So, you know, we're going to touch on that, on this topic, and really shed light on really, man, this black on black spiritual hatred, this black on black crime that we promote amongst ourselves, whether it be ignorantly or not ignorantly. So somebody give me Deuteronomy. You already know. See, you already know where I'm going. Him is in the spirit. Listen, if y'all got questions, just hold them until, what's today? Monday? If y'all got questions, hold them till Wednesday. And we'll definitely get to them. We started a little bit late, and it's a good topic that we want to hit. So whatever questions y'all got, just go ahead and hold those. We don't run from questions. No. We get them. Y'all know that. So we just ask whatever questions y'all got. Listen, send your questions in the chat still. We'll get somebody to write them down, and we'll try to hit them. You know, a lot of the questions, we actually do classes on them. We turn them into a whole topic. Okay? So shoot your questions in the chat. We'll get somebody to scribe them down, and we'll go through them like that. But back to the topic. Where we at?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54.
Come on. Read.
So that the man that is tender among you,
right,
and very delicate,
right, because there was a time, and we're in the curses, right? We all know the curses. We all know Deuteronomy 28 chapter, how it highlights and illuminates what would befall Israel if we didn't hearken to the voice of the Most High. So read it again.
So that the man that is tender among you, and very delicate,
right? Because there was a time, believe it or not, there was a time when a black man cared for another black man, and it wasn't just for self-gain. It wasn't out of some homosexual spirit. He genuinely had a genuine brotherly love. We as Israel, believe it or not, I know that, you know, we watch TV, We watch social media. We look at the things that go on in the world, and it's like, damn, we used to love each other? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, it said David loved Jonathan more than himself. Find me that one, Lamont. Find me that one. That just hit me. But there was a time when we were tender and delicate towards one another in a brotherly way. It wasn't no homosexual innuendos. It wasn't no, I'm trying to do something for self-gain or self-promotion. I'm going to love you, and then I'm going to stab you in the back once I get what I want. It wasn't about that. It said, so that the tender and delicate man amongst you. So it's telling us that we were tender, we were delicate, we had a brotherly love, we loved our children, we loved our women. Go ahead.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Wait, what was going to happen?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Right. It said that his eye was going to be evil because we didn't have an evil eye towards one another. We had genuine love, respect, and care for our brother's well-being. But what happened? Where'd that go? Where did the genuine love for one's brother, for one's neighbor, how did that diminish? How did that just get tossed to the back? And now what is it about? My own pocket. Me, 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 me. The scriptures tell us to not look at the things of your own, but the things of others. This is how we operated. We didn't need to be told these things at a point. But now we have to. And I know, oh, well, that's the curses. No, you choose to be cursed. You choose to fulfill this with ignorance, with selfishness, with misjudgment, with misguided information, with a bad outlook. We choose to entertain this curse and really bring this curse to fruition with me, 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 me. You got that scripture for me?
God.
Where you at? Let's see what it said about Jonathan and David. Read.
1 Samuel chapter 18, verse 3.
I knew it was in there. I've been in that Samuel's hard. Read.
Then Jonathan and David made a covenant,
right?
Because he loved him as his own soul.
Wait, he did what?
Loved him as his own soul.
Right. It said David loved Jonathan like he was his own soul. He had that brotherly love, that tender and delicate love. When you go through the whole story of Saul trying to kill David, who was looking out for David? Was it not Jonathan?
God.
And was not Jonathan Saul's son?
God.
Think about that. His love surpassed even the love of his father's order and his father's foolishness. And say, you know what, I got to look out for my brother. Even to the point where Jonathan went to his own father, Saul, and said, what? Basically, what the hell is your problem? Why are you trying to kill this man? Right? Why are you trying to physically harm your own brother? What's the point? Saul, we all know Saul had demons on him. Right? Saul had all types of spirits on him. But think about it. Even the man that he ordained to help him, that he knew that could get those demons off him, he tried to kill him. So how messed up was Saul? But guess what? How messed up are we? How messed up are we that now it's not a physical killing? I'm going to spiritually kill you. Through all the misconceptions, through all the anger, through all the hate, we spiritually kill our own brother, our own sister. And as we read on, it's going to talk about the children. Watch, read.
God.
Were you finished?
Yeah.
Read Deuteronomy. Jump back to Deuteronomy.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And towards the what?
Wife of his bosom.
Yeah, so it's not just a hate towards the brother. Now you hate your wife. The wife of your own bosom. My dearly beloved. Now your eye is evil towards her. Now you don't trust her. Now everywhere she going, you got the damn the 360 app on her phone to track her movement. Everywhere she go, who was you with? What was you doing? Where was you at? Because why? All the hurt and pain that you've been through. Now you look at everybody with that evil suspicion, that evil eye. Oh, I know it's real. You laughing. I know. But we do it to ourselves, man. Remember, It said, so that the tender and delicate man amongst you. So we were tender and delicate. We were loving towards our wives. We weren't these damn brute beast animals. Come here, let's have sex. And then you toss her to the side. You just use her for your gain. Right? I'm not saying, it wasn't saying that we were just some simp ass dudes, you know, baby I'm begging, down on bending knee. No, we weren't doing all that. We were still men. We still operated in wisdom. But we showed love. Just like Christ. Did Christ not show love?
God.
Did Christ not show compassion?
God.
They say, who can have compassion on the ignorant and them that are out of the way? So he showed love. He showed compassion. He showed peace. Right? He showed all these things. He knew when to be delicate. He knew when to be tenderhearted. Right?
God.
Christ knew these things. But what's going on with us? Brothers want to be Christ, but we're not even doing the small, basic, essential spiritual things to be Christ-like. Like loving your neighbor as yourself. Like being tender and delicate for your brother's well-being. Having compassion on the man that's out the way. We so quick to, what? Man, he's off. Let's toss him to the side. That nigga's off, man. I'm about to blow up in anger. I'm about to lose it. Instead of stepping back and saying, wait a minute. What is it? What would Jesus Christ do? WWJJC? What is it?
WWJD.
WWJD. What would Jesus do? Well, we know what Yahushua did. Did he stone everybody off the whim? Did he set up scourges just for every Tom, Dick, and Harry? Every time the Pharisees came, he whooped them. He beat them, he punched them. He wanted to fight them. Nah. He let them shoot their shot, and he came back with wisdom. He let them shoot their carnality out, and what did he do? He combated them with the Spirit. He applied spiritual things to show them how off they were. Not, let me beat you into submission, let me smack you, let me punch you, let me kick you. Oh, you my wife, shut the hell up, boom. Oh, you just a dumbass brother. He don't get it. Why should I deal with that? Imagine if Christ would have dealt like that. Bro, we would not be here. Read on. Read it from the top.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate,
go ahead.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother. You know, I love this scripture, man, because it really showed a characteristic of Israel. We weren't always like this. We didn't have the evil eye, that side eye. Niggas ice grilling. If you're from the 90s, they talk about ice grilling, right? Why you ice grilling me? Why you grilling me, son? Right? Or why you now it's side eyeing? You side eyeing like, right? I don't know what that nigga's up to, right? Everything's a side eye. Like, I gotta look at you to the side of my eye. Like, come on, man. We wasn't always like that. We wasn't always evil suspicions and conspiracy theorists. We just let things happen the way they should, and we dealt with things. We weren't afraid to approach our brother. Listen, it said when we greeted one another, we saluted the brethren and we gave each other a kiss. Right? I don't know. I gotta keep saying it. I don't know homosexual tip, but in true love. Imagine to have to get that close to a man. You couldn't have no problem with that man. You couldn't have no disagreements with that man, and if you did, you cleared it up. But to salute the brethren in true love, God in the name of Christ bless you. You can't say that with no damn malice in your heart. How you going shalom, peace, but you got malice and grudging in your heart towards the man you talking about peace? What sense does that make? It's a hypocrite. I'm bidding you peace, but deep down inside me, I'm grudging you. I hate you. I'm not looking out for your well-being. My tenderness towards you is not there. So if you need something, I ain't gonna be there to give it. I'll give you a shalom though. I'll shalom you all the way to the kingdom. But nah, my anger got me where I can't talk to you past a shalom. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to see your face. I can't be around you. My blood boils. We gotta get past that, man. You know what it really comes down to? Application of the Spirit. Applying what Christ did in these situations. Think about it. How can you roll with a man that you knew was going to kill you and roll with him for 3 years? How can you Yahweh Shai to say beat up Judas or kill Judas first?
God.
What was he applying?
Scriptures.
Long suffering,
God.
humility. He was applying, I'm going to let a man walk his path. Maybe he'll snap out of it. Let me not be so quick to judge. Right? Let me not even be so quick to condemn. Let me let him walk his path and deal with things as they come. But too many of us is like, nah, he's off, he's done. You wipe a man out of the way. But imagine if we dealt like that with brothers and sisters. Nobody would be here. Because we're all filthy. And we're gonna get into that. Read on.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Come on.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Read.
And towards the remnant of his children.
And towards the what?
Remnant of his children.
Yeah, that's why niggas hate their kids, man. You hate your kids. Why? Why does the black man hate his children? Why does he have an evil eye towards his children? Well, because you weren't taught to love. You weren't taught what true love was. You deal with your children the way you were dealt with. You just toss them to the side, throw them in front of the TV, throw some damn microwave dinners in their face and call it a day. You don't show no genuine love for the product of your the product of your body, for your own seed. Think about a seed. You're supposed to water it, nurture it, talk to it. When you got plants, you talk to them, they'll grow better. But now we see why the black and Hispanic children are like little monsters, like the scriptures say. Ain't nobody talking to them. No one's taking out the time. The black man don't take the time out to talk to his wife, to talk to his kids. But guess what? He'll sit at that damn bar and talk about LeBron's whole career. He'll sit at the bar and be able to rip down who's better, Michael Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron. And he'll be able to give you a PowerPoint, a damn flow chart, a balloon graph. He'll be able to give you all that on who's supposedly better. It's sad, man. We invest into the wrong things. You so invested into LeBron James and all the sports and music, what Cardi B is doing, what Offset's talking about. Offset's catching hell. When you talking about Offset. Bro, how about talking to your children? How about, man, cook your child a meal one day and see how much they'll love you. The one thing I love cooking for my kids, man. I love it, because just to see them eat and grub and act like they never ate before. I'm like, damn, y'all just ate 10 minutes ago. Why y'all act like? But I take joy in being able to do things for my children, and I take joy in them receiving things from me. I take joy in being able to talk to my son, talk to my daughter, not just blowing them off. Y'all niggas go sit in the room. I'm busy. And even if I do the, hey, I need y'all to sit in the room real quick because I'm busy. Hey, I'm not busy playing PlayStation or watching the Netflix series. I'm concentrating. I need a little quiet, guys. But we got to get back to showing that genuine love. Because if you hate your brother, guess what? You ain't going to love your rib. Guess what? You ain't going to love the children that come. You ain't going to love your nation. It's a systematic breakdown of you hate one brick in the building, you're going to hate the whole building. I mean, come on. That's how it goes, man. It ain't picking and choosing. This is a spirit that, somebody mentioned Willie Lynch. Yeah. And it was before that, though. Willie Lynch just illuminated it and made it where now you can grasp a hold of it and see, like, damn, they got it down to where a dark-skinned dude hates a light-skinned dude. Or a nigga with dreads hates a nigga with waves. Right? They got that whole thing. Like, if you got dreads, or if you ain't got waves, or if you ain't got the weekend cut, like, they break it down to damn hairstyles. Light skin versus dark skin. Tall versus short. Oh, you ain't average height. I don't like you. Or, oh, you under this height. I ain't messing with you. Or, oh, your shoe size is too small. They find a way, man. But we got to be the ones to get back to where we were tender and delicate. From there, go to Leviticus 19:17. Leviticus 19:17. Because what's been bred in us is, y'all heard of the crabs in a barrel mentality, right? Crabs in a barrel where what? One crab is trying to raise up, but what's happening? The other one pulls him down in his way of trying to get up. Crabs in a bucket, man. Crabs in a barrel. That's the epitome of the black and Hispanic man. You know what's even worse? When you got that mentality in the truth. When you know the Bible. That's even worse. I get it. I get it from them. I get it from the ones in the world that have never been guided with the wisdom. But to have this mentality in the truth, wow. Wow, we gotta do some soul searching. We really gotta wake up and see, man, that the reason why the Most High gave us the law, the commandments, it was for us to be able to look out for our brother. Watch, read Leviticus 19 and 17.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17.
Right?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother.
So you got to understand and think about, why does this scripture start out with saying, thou shalt not hate thy brother? Watch, read.
In thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right. Think about it. It says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. You should in any wise rebuke your neighbor. So what is it saying about hate?
It's saying don't hold stuff in. Basically, like I guess it can rest in.
Right.
Rest in your mind.
Well, it is saying that, but think about, why did it start out with saying, thou shalt not hate your brother? Then it said, you shall rebuke him. I want to get y'all to think a little bit.
Like if you that prophet, man, and you seeing your brother stumble or going through something, you should have it in your heart like, dang, if I was doing that, I want somebody to help me or check me.
Perfect.
That person.
I say open rebuke is better than secret love.
Open rebuke is better than secret love. Why? Because the hatred comes in where I see a man stumble, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's just that nigga. Let him go through his trial. Hell nah. That's not how that's supposed to go. Where is it in what is it? Isaiah 63? No, it's Ezekiel. It's Ezekiel, right? Where it talks about being the watchman. And if you don't warn your brother, the blood is on your hands. Somebody find it for me. It's in Ezekiel. I want to say it's like Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. They're kind of popping into my head. But read that again.
God, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Right. See, the hatred comes in. Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right. The hatred comes in when you're not there as an example to rebuke your brother, because why? Now I got an evil eye towards him. Now I hate him secretly. So guess what? All I'm really trying to do is watch him fall. All I'm doing is waiting for his fall, right? I'm not trying to prevent his fall. I'm sitting back like, nigga, that's on you. You reap what you sow. That's all you got for your brother? You reap what you sow? How about a wise man foreseeth the evil? How about where there's no vision, the people perish? How about, nah, brother, I've been down that path. Don't follow that. How about, nah, sis, when you do it that way, things go bad. But see, that hatred, that self-hate, that black on black spiritual crime, you'll sit there and you'll watch a man just crumble. You'll sit there and watch a man just crumble because of that evil eye. Because you want to turn a blind eye. That evil eye now just becomes blind, where you're like, yeah, I ain't got time for him. It's time to rebuke a man, to help him, and you're like, nah, I ain't got time for that, because he's off. He should know. He should have common sense. Common sense says this. Read it again.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother.
Common sense says not to hate your brother. Read.
In thine heart.
In your heart. Come on.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke.
Common sense says to rebuke a man if you see him about to sin or about to fall. Not just let him fall and say, oh, well, chalk it up to bad luck. Chalk it up to him just not listening. Oh, he's just stubborn. Who got that scripture in Ezekiel? Read it.
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 6.
It's 33. Okay, go ahead.
But if the watchman see the sword come,
right,
and blow not the trumpet.
You see that? You got to read up a little bit. Read up a little bit. Read up a little bit.
Stop it.
Go ahead. Read up. Let me get there real quick. Yeah, start at verse 1. That's what it is. The first chapter. We need it all. Come on.
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 1.
Read.
Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying.
This is common sense. But common sense ain't common. Read.
Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, that the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman.
We got to remember, man, that we're watchmen for our brethren. We're watchmen for our brothers. He said, hate not your brother in your heart, but in any wise rebuke him. Read.
Verse 3. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land,
read,
he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
That's what a man of wisdom and understanding should be doing. That's what a brother should. You shouldn't be, oh no, well, I see the sword coming. Nigga, you dodge that. But that's what self-hate does. That's what an evil eye does. An evil eye will be like, yeah, the sword is coming for you, brother. You better know how to do limbo. You better know how to do the Neo, right? Do the Matrix.
Dodge bullets.
Dodge bullets. But we're supposed to be the first line of defense for our brother. But why are we not? Because of that evil eye. Read.
Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning.
And do what?
Taketh not warning.
Come on.
If the sword come and take him away,
right,
his blood shall be upon his own head.
You see that? So if you did warn a brother, if you did rebuke your brother before he fell, and he didn't take warning, guess what? That's on him. I get that now. He's stubborn, he's rebellious. Now you reap what you sow. Now his own wickedness shall correct him. That's perfect. But read on.
Verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet.
Because he heard you talk, the Most High speak once, yea twice.
And took not warning.
But man perceived did not. So you did your job. You didn't hate your brother in your heart. You didn't have that evil eye. You didn't live Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. You didn't live that curse. You actually blocked that curse. Go ahead.
His blood shall be upon him.
Read.
Yeah. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Go ahead.
I was going to say something too.
Read what you got.
It's also, you know, the scripture that says there's no temptation which is
right,
not common unto man.
Right.
The scripture tells you that the Most High gives you a way to escape that temptation.
Right.
And that way that you can escape is that brother telling you what it's supposed to be.
That's one of the ways.
So if you don't listen to that brother, then it's on you. But the Most High always gives you that escape.
He gives you that escape. The Most High speak once, yea twice. The law is here for you to go through the law and read, and then a brother is there to reinforce the law. Iron sharpeneth iron. But it's up to a man to take that warning. Think about it. Think about the old times, man, when it was wartime, and you had your watchmen on your towers, and they saw the troop coming, and they blew the horn. That was, listen, does a horn in the city not blow and everybody not be scared? I just butchered the scripture. It's Amos, right? Does a trumpet not sound, right? And everybody be fearful. Why? Because that was the key, that there was a war coming. So you were supposed to either grab your sword and your shield, or if you weren't a fighter, you duck for cover. If not, that's on you. You were warned. Your brother did his job. But now we're going to get into this instance. Read.
Verse 6. But if the watchman see the sword come.
But if the watchman saw the sword coming, your brother, he sat back and was like, oh yeah, damn, Satan's about to get him. Oh. And he was sitting there like, sounding like Homer Simpson when he eats a pizza. He almost loved the fact that the sword was coming for you. Read.
And blow not the trumpet.
He didn't warn you. He didn't in any wise rebuke his brother, his neighbor. Read.
And the people be not warned. If the sword come and take any person from among them,
Read.
he is taken away in his iniquity.
Go ahead.
But his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
You see that? The blood is on your hands. The blood is on your hands. So we got to see, man, that this spirit, this evil eye, this I hate my brother in my heart, this I'm too good to be around anybody that seems lesser than me, this I'm too angry and emotional to deal the right way. We got to see that this blood is on your hands because first and foremost, you were supposed to be there to help your brother. Now the blood is on you.
Yeah, somebody made a comment, and I want to read this one because this is this perpetuates this cocky disease that Israelites have, man, which is it's got to stop. But the brother said, you know, he's at work. He said, I got a brother at basically my job that knows the truth, but I got to keep telling him he's quick to call others 2/3 like they don't have a chance to. But that's the problem. That's the outlook. But it's a Pharisee. It's a real big Pharisee mind state with a lot of Israelites. You know, they are always quick to when a brother don't got it on their time or they don't pick up on their time, they're quick to hypocritically condemn them. So this is that evil eye. How are you supposed to be the guy that warns, but not understand that guy that warns has to have the compassion? He's supposed to have the compassion like he said earlier. And this is the destructive mentality that it kind of, our good is now evil spoken of now. Now, you're not giving those brothers and sisters a chance. By all means, brothers are going to get corrected. It said that, right? It said reprove them, right? But after reproving them, you got to let them give them the opportunity. You can't be quick to condemn, quick to cut off, quick to let go, quick to I'm done. That's the disease. The eye shall be evil towards his brother. And like this brother's saying, this guy's at work. And the funny thing is, these are guys that don't really know how to apply the truth. They meet up on the weekends and are weekend warriors. They're not put in the predicament to really have to apply the Bible. They're doing it every weekend, going out and yelling at people. They're not put in a situation where they gotta forgive their brother, forgive their sister, forgive their rib, deal with these situations. Because if they were, they would be mature enough to see that you can't just deal with people like that. So, is the Bible saying you're not gonna correct them? No, it says cry out loud, spare not, right? The famous Hebrew Israelite scripture we all love. Ezekiel is telling us here, blow the trumpet. You know, you got to be sick and tired of that too. And I'm saying that because you get too many of you brothers that come in and you learn from online, and you be doing 1,000 things wrong. Soon as the next man do something wrong, you swear he's the devil. It's got to stop. You swear she's the devil. You could be a drunk. You could be an adulterer. You could be a fornicator. Soon as this person does one thing wrong, you're ready to destroy them. That's not good. That's not good. The Most High is going to judge you for that.
Or you chalk them up to they should know better.
Right.
Where it puts you in a position to no longer be a guide or even have compassion on the ignorant.
Right.
You take the whole part that they might not know out of the equation. So now that relieves me of my duty. It's also a lazy mentality also. It's a lazy spirit where we're called to do a job. It says you're supposed to rebuke your neighbor, not suffer sin on him.
Now, when you go into the word hate, look up the word hate real quick. Huh? No. The same thing you got. I didn't add anything to what we were talking about. Go to look up the word hate real quick.
Somebody get that black
hate. Great dislike.
Right. You can't bully people into believing. And that's true. You're right. It took me a long time to realize that our job, one is to plant, one is to water, the Most High give the increase. For a lot of time, I thought I'm changing people. You ain't doing nothing. Or like this brother said, or sister, I'm not sure, you can't bully people. And that's a lot of time. Israel is doing that. But the crazy thing is you do it at this hypocritical mind state. Like you haven't even fulfilled the basic steps of stepping into being a believer, and you're ready to really kill people over this. And it's wrong. Hate. Who got hate?
Hate.
Right?
It says to detest.
To what?
To detest.
Right? So when you get around that brother and you feel nauseous, you like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, you're supposed to be the spiritual man, right? The guide of the blind. We're going to go there. You're supposed to be the avenger of all evil. Yeah, the avenger of all evil. Why are you shaking? Because the brother's doing something wrong.
Why are you shaking? Because he's ignorant.
Right. Why?
He don't know. They don't know better. You're supposed to be the believer, the one that's fighting for righteousness.
Right. You're supposed to be in the truth longer, right?
And you're supposed to see that. They don't get it.
Right. So that hate. Why look up this word all the time when we talk about this topic? Because a lot of people come with that. Oh, I don't hate him. I don't hate the brother at all. If you're nauseous when you get around the individual, you hate them. I don't care what dream you're in some Christianity damn dream. If you're around them and you're like, you get all fidgety and you start shaking and your stomach gets nauseous.
Your temperature rises and your blood starts flowing.
You're bearing hatred. See, but like I said, when brothers here are put in an environment to actually apply it, it starts to reveal them. See, that's the difference with us. We're not just meeting out every damn weekend and saying, oh yeah, I'm purer than thou. No, you have to apply it now. You have to deal with brothers amongst you and apply the knowledge. So how many times we talk about this? So when tensions clash and characters clash, you got to apply the Bible. You got to apply the scriptures. Right? When you go home and your rib is out of order and you're supposedly king, supreme man.
Bible
you know what I was going to say.
Bible follower.
Yeah.
Right.
But you go over there and she barely knows and she's so off. How come you always get off like she's off? It's hypocrites, man. That's why a lot of people look at Israelites like they do. I started looking at it. I was like, I got to pin the hell back and chill out. Because then I had to realize that, damn, we're doing more hurt. So a lot of people might call it, oh, y'all just soft. No, it's not about that. It's about that I know I'm going to be judged how I judge. You need to know you're going to be judged how you judge. We're going to get there. I don't want to jump, but read on. Come on.
Oh, no, that was
the definition of hate.
Read
no, hell no, that's not it. Read the definition of hate. Come on.
To dislike greatly or intensely.
Right, to intensely dislike. Sisters too. You dislike another sister. I can't talk to her. I'm fidgeting. I'm shaking. I'm getting nauseous. My stomach hurt. Go ahead.
To have great aversion to.
Go ahead.
To detest.
To detest. Go ahead.
Great dislike or aberration.
Right. Read. What else?
Capable of worthy of being hated.
Right. Hate. Go ahead.
Causing hate. Exciting great dislike.
Right. Great dislike. Go ahead.
Detestable.
Feeling
hatred.
Right.
Malevolent.
Okay. What else? What else you got?
That's it.
I got
what you got?
So when it says a great dislike, aversion, when you look up the word aversion,
yeah,
it says, of course, dislike, but it says opposite. It's like an opposition. Opposite state of mind,
contrary of nature.
Contrary of nature. Now you're contrary to this brother all the time.
God.
It's irritated you so much, and you have so much hate in your heart. You're nauseous to where now you're not even paying attention to what the brother's saying, but now it's an automatic button to be against that person.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Reluctance.
Reluctance. What else?
Disinclination.
Yeah, you're disinclined. Like, I'm not inclined. You just said it.
Yeah.
When you talk, I'm putting the wall up.
Right.
As soon as you formulate a damn thought, I ain't hearing that, bro, because I don't like you. And I'm not hearing my husband or the sister.
Right.
Because I don't like you.
Right.
I'm disinclined to hear what you got to say.
It's what they practice out in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to say this for y'all online. You know why we touch on these topics? Because these are the things that we're not going to let go on in the school. We're not going to let that go on. You're not going to get to walk around and say you're a Hebrew Israelite and be fake as hell and be phony as hell. But because you can yell at people and tell them the word or talk about she's out of order, now you're a Hebrew Israelite. Bro, you can get out of here with that madness. Bro, go to that camp that does that. Go to these cats that judge amongst themselves and make themselves gods and everybody else demons. But we don't supposed to be doing that. Y'all got to stop the hypocrisy. You understand? When a brother makes a mistake, it says forgive him 70 times 7. He ain't rob you. He ain't kill you. And you know what we're dealing with? We're dealing with emotions. Both of you are emotional like women. And that's it. And you don't want to apply the Bible. We ain't dealing with, he didn't steal nothing from you. He didn't rob you. He didn't shoot you. He didn't do none of that, right?
He didn't sell drugs to your mama.
He didn't sell drugs to your mama. He ain't take your continent. He didn't steal your nationality. Right. He didn't steal your history.
He didn't do the things that the white man does to you at your job.
Every day that you go up there and top off the whole crew, right at work, right? Boss, where can I start at? Right? And you still go to work. You don't be like, well, I can't go to work no more. I can't be around them. Nope. You say that, but then what happens the next day? Coffee, 9 to 5.
Drinks.
But Israel, you do that with each other. This is a demon. It's a curse. And we don't supposed to be like this, man. Where are we at? So that's all we got on hate.
Loathe.
Right.
To loathe.
Right, to loathe.
To detest.
Right.
Despise. Dislike, abhor.
Right.
Execrate. That's just the word. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Right.
Abominate. You make that person an abomination in your mind.
Right.
I loathe you. I detest you.
Yep.
Swine is detestable. Shrimp and crab and lobster is detestable.
Right.
How you gonna make a man detestable?
Right, man.
Well, it's because of that evil eye. It's because you decided that, you know what? I want to live in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter.
Yep.
I want to bring the curses to fruition.
Hostility, enmity, animosity, right? Disgust, contempt. When you look up these words, you find out that it goes back to a grudge. Scorn, disdain, which leads to disrespect. All these words deal with this spirit, hate not. So when you're in that emotion, when you're in that thought process, you're hating your brother. Y'all get this? So finish that Leviticus 19.
Finish that up. So read it again from the top.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So now we're seeing what it's talking about hating your brother in your heart. When you're not putting yourself in a position to help him, to be his watchman, when you're not in a position to now rebuke him, that's one part of it. Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children.
Here it is. Go ahead.
Of thy people.
Yeah. This is another form of hate. So you got to see how this scripture is hitting more than one. It's not narrow.
Right.
You got to broaden your horizon and see that this scripture is hitting on different levels. where it's something that you do and don't do. When you make yourself not available because of your emotions for your brother, then that's a form of hate. And then when you show up to grudge him after the fact, that's another form of hate.
Right.
When you show to avenge your pride, to avenge the disdain that you have, that's another form of hate.
Now let's look up this word grudge. See, these words right here is the most important words that you're going to learn in the Bible. Hate and grudge. Because the commandments fall on two things. And one of them is love thy neighbor as thyself. We're going to touch on that. But if you don't know what you're doing, that you're actually hating your people, then you're lost from the door. This whole knowledge and you learning you're an Israelite is to wake up your people. And like the brother said at work, the problem is that they don't want to. They don't want to realize that everybody ain't going to get the truth like they did. It takes people time. Right? Everybody ain't going to wake up, especially how beastly Israelites come.
Right.
You could be the wrong brother delivering the message. Well, they're supposed to hear it either way it go. That's not the case. I don't care what you say. Yeah, they supposed to, but that ain't the case. They probably, you came so hard, they probably needed that other brother that was just sitting down with them and having a rap. And then, wow, you Israelite? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, don't say it because it's gonna sound like a boast.
Yeah.
But that's what they're gonna say. Wait, you Israelite? I didn't know you Israelite. Dang, you don't act like them. You don't act like that. That's crazy for them to say.
Yep.
Right? So read that. Grudge. What you got?
To grumble. Or of doubtful origin.
No. Grudge.
To permit or grant with reluctance.
No. Grudge. Look up a different. I'll read here. It says a persistent feeling.
Let me see.
Of ill will or resentment. Y'all understand this?
Go ahead.
A persistent ill will for feeling of resentment.
So it don't go away.
Yeah, now we're going to go into this word resent. You're going to look that up. Now it says grievance, resentment, bitterness, right? Dissatisfaction, animosity. It goes right into the same words as what?
Ooh.
Hate. Same words as hate. But now, let's go into the word resentment. You got that? Anybody?
I got one.
What you got?
It says resentment. A feeling of...
No, you got to read with some power. Come in the same power. Come on, read it loud.
Resentment.
A
feeling of indignant displeasure or persistent ill will at something regarded as wrong, insult, or injury.
Right. Y'all see this?
God.
So this resentment, you get around people and you get nauseous, you get sick, you get angry. They ain't even say nothing. You're like, what? Oh, there they go again. There she go again. Mrs. Goody Two-Shoe.
Why she always talking?
There she go again. Look at her bag. Who she thinks she is?
Why she always got something?
Oh, okay. There's the brother again, Mr. Teacher. Always got something to say. That's resentment. What you got?
Irritation.
There you go. Irritation. See, but what the crazy thing is this. You don't supposed to be doing that to nobody at work. So every time I go to work, I'm irritated with her. You're supposed to know they're ignorant. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. You ain't sat down with them and told them the truth, did you? That's what I'm saying. You're irritated with somebody and they don't know. That's like you getting mad at a child because they don't know how to eat. Well,
or cook or bathe themselves.
Yeah.
Or change their own diaper.
Yeah, you get mad, but that's how black people are.
Yeah.
They'll scream at their dang child when it's a baby because they won't take the patience to teach them and show them. That's how Israelites are, man. And that's the demon. That's the evil eye that we've been switched around to start looking at our people like that. That's been embedded in you through slavery, through America, through the white man, through your desire and your ambitions over the ambitions of Yahweh Shai. Because if you thought like Yahweh Shai, you'd be doing what he says. Not all that. Yeah, that's what the word says. You doing me like a Christian. Yep, that's what the word said, but I'm going to go do what I'm going to do anyway. All right? So you ain't going to do what the scriptures say. You going to do against, but then at the same time talk about the Christians. You going to talk about them at work. Bro, that's why he said greater damnation to you. Bro, we got to stop that, man. What else we got? We done with resentment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, are you done with that?
Oh, slot.
No, were you done?
The last one was animosity.
Animosity. Okay. Yeah, exactly. All right. So let's jump back. We finish up that Leviticus.
Come on. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 18.
19 and verse
19. 19 and 18.
19 and 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against thy children of the people.
Of thy people.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And you got to see the avenging part, because that's what the grudging, that's what this does. It it builds up in you that now I gotta go avenge. I gotta go avenge my pride. I gotta go avenge the harm that I think was done to me. I have to go avenge these things. And what does that do? We do it wrong. We go avenge and we cause more harm. We cause more pain. Go ahead, read on.
God, I am the Lord.
Right, but he said, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Go to 1 John 2 and 8. We got to see. Loving the neighbor as ourselves, man. You got to look and see, how do I want to be treated? You know, I think the one thing that we try to do in this school is treat brothers in a way that we want to be treated first and foremost, but even go the extra mile and try to find different ways to come to brothers, so that way we could at least say, hey, we tried, we were found blameless in the eyes of Yahweh Shai, not just, oh, he's off, cast him to the dogs, cast him out. Imagine if you were dealt with the way you deal. Where would you be? Where would we all be if we dealt like them in the world without the wisdom? Where would we be? It would be real slim in here, because it wouldn't be the compassion, that compassion for the ignorant. It wouldn't be, wait a minute, I was once in his position. Wait a minute, whoa, hold on. I was once young and inexperienced. It wouldn't be any of that thinking. It'd be like, maybe you're supposed to know this. How come you don't know this? This is common sense. This is common knowledge. You're supposed to know this. When I was raised, it would be all that type of thinking and thought if we didn't apply the wisdom. 1 John 2 and verse 8.
1 John chapter 2 verse 8.
Come on.
Again, a new commandment I write unto you, which thing is true in him and in you, because the darkness is past and the true light now shining.
And this is not a new commandment. As we read down, this is not new. See, Yahweh Shai was bringing the understanding, because stubborn, hard-headed, non-spiritual Israelites didn't get it when it said love your neighbor as yourself back in Leviticus. They didn't get it. They didn't get what it meant. So he's like, listen, I'm gonna give y'all a new commandment. I'm gonna bring it to you a new way. Did he give us a new commandment? Did he? No. He didn't give us a new commandment. He didn't give us something that wasn't already there. We just didn't get it. So what was he doing? Did Yahweh Shai say, oh, y'all niggas y'all supposed to know this. It's common sense. Or y'all don't get it? Off with his head. Did he do that? Or did he say, you know what? I'm going to bring it to you a new way. You see how Yahweh Shai is dealing here? You see how when the Spirit moves in you, how you deal? you find ways to get to a man instead of just exacting judgment and punishment or just letting him fall. What's that?
Man, this class is so dope because I'm evaluating myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And evaluating myself, I'm like, damn, but that's how I am.
What do you mean that's how you are? Speak on it.
I have that negative fault in me where I'm like, I'll be like, damn, bro, like, you don't get this? Or damn, you don't understand this?
Right.
Damn, you're way older than me. You don't understand? Not just in general, not even with like somebody like that's in the truth.
Right.
It's just in general.
Right, like with your parents.
Yeah, it's like, how come you don't understand this? But you know that will happen, and then like you will have like this impure outlook when you won't see that you yourself are like that too. Like we all have imperfections, and we're all working on our imperfections.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody else can look at you and be like, "Damn, bro, you still don't get that? You still don't get that?" When you might look at somebody in that light.
It's a trickle effect.
Yeah.
Where the same way you judge, someone's judging you. The same way you judge one bro, guess what? The same way you talk about what is common sense and what is not, and who's supposed to have it and who don't, I can say, well, you ain't got common sense. Or he don't, and then somebody can do the same thing to me. So that's why we have to be careful the way we judge. We got to be careful. Watch, go to Hebrews 5 and verse 2. We were quoting it. Go to Hebrews 5 and 2 real quick, just on the point that you were making. So I don't want to leave this scripture out.
Fine. Hebrews chapter 5 verse 2.
Go ahead.
Who can have compassion on the ignorant?
And that's the thing. A lot of the people we deal with, a lot of these people coming in these doors, they're ignorant. They're ignorant of what you may think is common knowledge, common sense. You know what common sense is? It's the Bible. So, truthfully, we're all ignorant of common sense. Unless you just got the Bible down. The Bible is common knowledge. But we're all ignorant. If you want to really get technical. We're all lacking common sense. Because we all fall. A just man falls 7 times. We all fall and go through our battles and get tempted and lose. Right?
God.
Ain't nobody greater than now. So we got to remember, who can have compassion on the ignorant?
And on them that are out of the way.
And on them that are going out of the way. Or that come and they're out of the way. Who? This is our job. To have that compassion.
God.
Not to judge and, well, oh, how come you don't know that? Nigga, you off. Bye. Or I ain't got time to deal with him because he frustrates me and angers me to the point where I just can't even talk no more. He got me so out of my spirit that I can't function as a man. Man, you gotta check yourself. We gotta check ourselves, man. Even you women, it's like, oh, I can't be around her because I'm gonna just fly off at the handle. What the hell are you talking about? So you mean to tell me that someone else gets into your spirit more than the scriptures do? The way a person maneuvers and operates, the sound of a person's voice gets so deep into your spirit, it shuts you down? When the Bible don't pierce your soul, the wisdom don't hit you? You mean to tell me that the spirit of someone else is stronger than the spirit of Christ? You need to check your spirit. You need to check your level of compassion. Read on.
For that he himself.
And this is what we forget. We forget this very point. Read.
For that he himself also is compassed.
Wait, he was compassed?
He is compassed.
Wait, all his infirmities is gone.
He himself also is compassed.
Go ahead.
With infirmity.
Y'all see that? That no matter how you slice it and dice it, you're still compassed with infirmity. It didn't say that your infirmity was gone and that you clean all of a sudden. He himself is compassed. See, we get so ignorant and so high-minded, it's like, yeah, I'm good. I know the color of Christ break down barely.
Right.
I can't break down Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. But guess what? I know how to talk to women, and I know how to yell at brothers. I can barely break down how to show that why I believe in the Bible and that we're Israelites. But guess what? I know how to get in that chick's pants.
I know how to condemn.
I know how to condemn women. I know how to tell them how wicked they are.
And listen, we're the ones, we know the scripture says spiritual man judges all things. So when we're talking about judgment, this judgment is condemnation. It's condemning judgment. It's not observation and knowing and seeing the problem. It's condemning judgment. So know that that's not what we're supposed to do. And we're going to get into that. Go ahead.
Yeah, jump back to John. I just wanted to hit that on the point that you were making.
Go ahead.
Jump back to John chapter 1 verse
9.
First John, verse 9.
1 John chapter 1 verse 9. He that said he is in the light,
right,
and hated his brother.
Because that's the claim. Like, I got the wisdom. I'm in the light. What's that?
No.
Go ahead.
Is in darkness.
He's in what?
Is in darkness.
Come on.
Even until now.
And that's the problem, where you're making these false claims that I got the light, I got the wisdom. Think about it. And it's funny because, like Rob, you made this point when you did your last class, where you got people they'll come into the truth and they'll fight tooth and nail to try to get their family in, but then they won't be doing the things that if their family did come in to keep their family around.
Yeah.
You be doing the total opposite. What you gonna do? You fight tooth and nail to get your family in. They come in and then you just start yelling and screaming at them because they don't know. Well, how are they supposed to know if you didn't teach them? Or, oh, you should have known this. Oh, that's common sense. That's common knowledge. Imagine if you dealt with your wife like that. You wouldn't have a wife for too long. Because if everything was that she was supposed to know, and you just hang your hat on, oh, you're supposed to know, and you send her out into the world like, oh yeah, she knows that. Oh, she knows all that. She knows about adultery. She knows about marriage. She knows she's supposed to wear a head covering. She shows up with no head covering. I thought she was supposed to know that. You allow people to make more mistakes than they should. Because you were supposed to reinforce, thou shalt not, thou shalt. Rebuke your neighbor. Read on.
He that loveth his brother abideth in the light.
And since he that loveth his brother abideth in the light. How do you know that a man loves his brother? How do you know a man abides in the light? How do you know, Mark, that a man abides in the light, that a man loves his brother? What do you see from that man?
Charity,
right?
Suffering, patience.
Right? All the things of the Spirit, right? All the fruits of the Spirit. What else? Go a little bit deeper. We know about that. Come on, we know Ephesians, we know Galatians. Go deeper. Someone go deeper for me. Deeper. What do you see, Lamont, from a man that truly loves his brother?
Oh, he'll be there for him day in and day out. Like anytime that it's time for him to get a counsel, something happens to him 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, he's not gonna just put him off like he's nothing.
Right. There's no stipulations. There's no, well, if you do this, I'm gonna do that. There's no give and take. I'm here to give.
Yeah, it's the same thing you do for your rib, right?
Oh yeah, that unconditional love.
When she wake you up at 3 in the morning talking about, baby, I need you to blow my back out. You don't be like, I'm tired. I'm tired of blowing your back out. You get over and you what? You get to work, right?
No question.
Hey, she called you from work. Hey, yeah, over here, what you do? You sit on the phone, you interested. Like, yeah, for real? They did what? For real? And you're doing it. You're spending time with her mind, her spirit, and her body. Now, we know that the blowing back out thing don't happen with brothers, but the unity and the time and the gathering together, and this man needs this at this point.
The sacrifice.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So this is the problem where you forget that the same love that you've given to the world, and we always say this, you always hear us, if you went out in the world and gave your spirit, your love, your dedication, nights of no sleep, doing it for the world, then you're supposed to be that much more, 10 times more, right? For the knowledge, for the truth, for your people. But you're making your own stipulations, man. You're making your own rules and guidelines. And you're judging yourself and saying, okay, this is what makes me righteous. when really you start carving away the most essential things that Yahweh Shai laid down. Like dealing with people like you want to be dealt with, loving your neighbor as yourself, right? Not bearing a grudge. These are the things Yahweh Shai is coming back to judge us for. Go ahead, what you got? What?
I was going to say, I like that point that you're making as well, because you know, we say that we love the Most High, and we say that we love Yahweh Shai, but it's like, how can you prove that love, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like when you look at your wife or you look at your rib, how does your rib prove that she loves the Most High? Exactly. She does that by showing everything for you, right? Like that she would do for the Most High. She does that for you. But how we show it to the Most High is by us doing that for our brothers. Right. So it's like, when you look at the things that you should check your mind with, right? So back on like what we were saying about, you know, your real 3 o'clock in the morning, she wants you to do that. Of course, it's easy to do that. Right. Your flesh wants you to do that. Right. But if your brother hits you up, like, listen, me and my rib, even though you and your rib want to do that, right? But me and my rib, this is what we're dealing with right now. Right. The love that you'll have for your brothers, the way you prove your love to the Most High. Right. So all right, I got you. What do you need? Your tire just went out. You need some counsel. Right. You need a ride from. You need. What do you need? But the thing is, it's been stripped from us. These are things that have been stripped out of us. That natural affection. The natural affection of the brotherhood and the unity and those things, the things that, watch, go there, go to Ecclesiastes 25:1. This has been stripped out of us. Go ahead. And another thing, it's easy for you to share. It's like sharing, right? Yeah. You could share with your rib. You could share with a brother that you're cool with, or like your friend. But like when you don't see eye to eye with a brother, right? You'll see that spirit will come on you, and it's like, yeah, if this was my rib, if this was my partner, I would share with this person easily. But because it's me and you, and we don't have that connection, that bond, it's hard for me to. I don't want to share with you. Right. But what you got to see is like, when that spirit comes on you, that's why it says you got to be circumspect. Right. Because you got to be able to see, like, when a certain negative spirit comes on you. Right. You got to say within yourself, man, but if it was somebody else, I would do it. Right. But because, man, this person don't have this zeal. Israel got a zeal, but not according to knowledge. Right. It says they go about to establish their own righteousness. That's what it really comes down to. Y'all said it earlier when I was driving here. What would Yahweh Shai do, right? Mm-hmm. But it seems like you forget about all that when you want things your way. That's a heretic. That's a hypocrite. Excuse me. That's a hypocrite, man. You only want to do things convenient when it's for you. You only want to believe when it's convenient for you. But any other time, you're not going to apply the wisdom or the word. What did I ask for? Ecclesiastes 25:1. Let's throw that one in there. Go ahead.
In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before God and men. Right.
It says this is what the Most High is beautified in. Go ahead.
The unity of brethren.
The what?
The unity of brethren.
The unity of brethren. And y'all were talking about it earlier. What is unity? What establishes a brother to show that I'm unified with this man? We know we're together in the same mind, the same judgment under Yahweh Shai. But how do I know he's a brother? How do I can know to go to this man, this brother, for the things that I need? The things that is needed for my spirit, not just for my flesh, right? How do I know? Because he's a brother's born through adversity, right? He's there. You said it very clear. He's there when you're down, when you're needing, when you're out, when you need somebody to cry on, I'm there for you.
And it's not like he's doing it like I gotta do it.
Right, right.
It's a genuine care. It's that, going back to Deuteronomy, that tender heart.
You said it earlier. It's not like you're doing it because you want something.
Right.
It's a natural.
It's a natural.
It's
love.
a natural thing that's been stripped from
us.
It's
that tender-hearted and delicate mindset that we naturally have.
Yeah.
Where it's like, damn, My brother's well-being is like David. It's like David and Jonathan. My brother's soul is my soul. So if his soul is hurting, my soul is hurting. Whatever happens, when one suffer, we all suffer.
Right.
That should always be the mentality. But see, we lose that, and I think he said it earlier, and now so many words, but we get selective. We pick and choose, like, yeah, I'm gonna do it for my brothers. Will be quick, like you said, they'll be quick to do it for that rib.
How many times you got an argument where you're disgruntled rib, out of order, disrespectful, talking to many niggas, and then you right back like I don't know, man. I don't know if I should deal with her, but I am.
But I am.
I don't know. She's off, but I'm gonna still keep talking to her.
I'm gonna
but once that brother do one thing,
one time, it's like,
oh, that nigga's wicked. That nigga's off. I'm done with this cat.
Stiff arm.
You know what I mean?
Heisman.
It's a sickness. It's a disease. Yeah. Can I get this, Mark, or you jumping somewhere?
No, you get it.
Mark 12:31.
Uh-huh.
Mark 12 and 31. And these are the things that we have to remember that has to keep pushing us. Listen, if y'all don't understand this, then you continually doing what Christ did, even though he was getting whipped, beat, spit upon, ridiculed, lied on, put to death, all the way to death. All the way to death, Yahushua went through for his people. And then at the end to say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Not, Yahweh, you know what? Cut all these niggas off. You know, they all wicked. They're 2/3. He didn't do that.
Can I finish that John?
Okay, hold that.
And it's going to go right into it.
Right.
Go back to that John and just finish it. It's going to go right into your point. It's going to go right into the next scripture. John, 1 John chapter 2 and start at verse 9. 1 John 2 and 9. This is important because brothers will proclaim their own good. Like, man, I got the truth. I'm in the knowledge. But they'll hate their brothers. So you're not really in the truth. Watch, read.
He that said he is in the light,
right,
and hated his brother.
Yeah, brother, I got the truth. I got the knowledge. Look, my beard, my fringes, right? We got the school right over here. But he hates his brother. Go ahead.
It's in darkness even until now.
Yeah, you in darkness even until now. You've been blinded by what? It goes right back to Deuteronomy. Watch, read on. Read verse 10.
He that loveth his brother abideth in the light.
Go ahead.
And there is none occasion of stumbling in him.
You see that? You're not going to be that stumbling for your brother or for yourself. You're going to be that. You're going to be where your brother can step up on you. You're going to be that stepping stool. You're not going to be the crab in a barrel pulling your brother down. You're actually going to be there to lift him up. Read on.
But he that hated his brother is in darkness.
He's in darkness. Go ahead.
And walketh in darkness.
And you walk in darkness. You walk blind. You walk stumbling around thinking that you have the truth. But you really don't. You have a form of the Most High, but you don't know the true power. Like it says in Timothy. Go ahead.
And know not whither he goeth.
And you don't know where you're going. Why? Because that evil eye been blinded to the point where you think you have something that you don't have. You profess your own goodness, but a faithful man who can find. You profess that, yeah, I got love. I was raised as a good child. I was raised with common sense. I was raised to know certain things. But then when it's time for you to really show it through your love, and
when the light reveals you, that's really what it is. When Yahushua said in John 3:17, as you get closer to the light, it starts to reveal you.
When you're put to that test,
yeah.
When it's time for you to apply, and it's like, wait a minute, I thought that you were the most compassionate, charitable brother, sister in the world.
The Most High will check that all the way.
All the way.
You be like, yeah, I'm humble. The Most High's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show you you're not.
Here's the magnifying glass.
Yeah, here, let me put this sister in front of you, this brother. Let me put this situation. You realize, man, I need to shut my mouth and learn. Oh, you know what? I'm the brotherliest brother. He put the most disrespectful. He put the most disrespectful cat in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talking over you. He don't let you finish. Argumentative. Then you got to do what? You got to check yourself.
Yeah.
But some brothers don't check themselves. Some brothers do what? No, I'm going to go to war. You a demon, I'm going to be a demon. And that's not the way, brother.
Read.
Because that darkness had blinded his eyes.
You see that darkness in you, that lack of tenderheartedness, that evil eye, that lack of the things you thought you had, that's darker than you, man. And it makes you look dark. Now you're walking around just angry. You angry, man, from Martin. What's going on, brother? Shut the hell up. You just angry all the time, hating everything, talking bad about everything. And then you start doing foolish things. What does it say? Anger rests in the bosom of fools. Now every move you make is foolish. But it all started when you lost your compassion for the ignorant, when you lost your tolerance for people that you felt didn't have the same level of knowledge.
Why is the black man so easily quick and ready to rob another black man?
When we ain't got nothing.
Why? This spirit has been embedded in you.
Yeah.
The spirit of hatred. What's the most easiest way for Satan to get you to be condemned? He said it. If thou grudge, thou art condemned.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't. That period, point blank. Give me that one in James too. So when we finish this one, go ahead.
Go ahead. Read on. Finish it up.
I write unto you, little children,
right?
Because your sins are forgiven.
Right. So your sins have been forgiven. Shouldn't you be in the position to forgive others? Shouldn't the same thing that was done for you, shouldn't you want for yourself? Or for your brother? Right? If you're supposed to love your brother's soul as your own, and you've been forgiven for all your ignorances, for all your walking in darkness, for all your mishaps, misconceptions, for all your shortcomings, shouldn't you want that for the next man? Shouldn't you want another man to be able to walk in the same light that you walk?
No, because the white man taught you how to, since you're miserable, bring everybody down miserably with you.
Misery love company?
Misery love company. Yeah, you know, spill that seed in your community. Mm. Why? Because I need you niggers. That's what they say, right? I need you niggers to hate and kill each other to do my work.
What they say, one rotten apple spoils the bunch.
Yeah, and that's how. Why do you think the white man, all he got to do is stand outside and look at them? Look at the niggers. Look at them. They're wiping each other out.
Yeah.
They don't got to do nothing. You said it perfectly earlier, all in the beginning of class. Mm-hmm. The whole beginning, you said it all. He said it. He said it though. The white man don't got to do nothing.
Do that.
You're killing yourself in your neighborhood. The hate is perpetuated through the communities. And we're robbing, murdering, child molesting our people. You do it right here. What?
On that point that you just made,
yeah,
you had perfect example of it. When the NFL players were kneeling, when Colin Kaepernick started the whole kneeling thing,
right?
Protest, the NFL owners said this because they wanted it to stop. They said, we don't got to do nothing. Watch, they're going to implode. And that's exactly what happened. You had another brother, Malcolm Jenkins or whatever, he formed his own thing, and they imploded. So you had Colin Kaepernick's crew versus Malcolm Jenkins' crew.
Right.
And the NFL owners was like, we don't have to do anything. They're going to bring themselves down, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did.
Because that's the typical Negro.
Yep.
That's a typical Hispanic man, Native American man. You self-implode, and the crazy thing is that it's more disgusting when it's us that have the knowledge. We're supposed to be the power of the people. We're supposed to be the ones, out of all the Uncle Tom niggas, out of all the fake preachers and pastors, right? But be the ones standing for our nation. I'm going to say it again. We're going to correct. We're correcting now. But at the same time, we're doing and showing more love through our works, right?
Go ahead.
It's got to be more of a balance to raise our people up as opposed to every time we go out there, it can't be towards nigga you ain't, S-H-I-T, right? It's got to be balance, you know? It's got to be bigging our people up. It's got to be raising our people up. It's a psychological thing that is set in your mind to where you hate your own kind. We're doing this for you, for us, for we, right?
God.
Yahweh Shai has done this for you, us, and we.
And we ought to do the same.
We supposed to be. But like the brother said in the chat, he said what? You got brothers that, oh, they're the 2/3. Like everybody the 2/3, they ain't 2/3. That's more than 2/3. Right. You got to give people the knowledge. You got to wake them up. You got to show them. Okay? God. And that's what is forgotten. But where were you at?
I was there.
Where Mark? Yeah. Jump to Mark real quick. Oh, no. James 5 and 9. Read that.
James chapter 5 and verse 9.
James 5 and 9. Somebody read that.
James chapter 5, verse 9.
Go ahead.
Grudge not one against another.
Period, point blank. Grudging is resentment. It's that nauseous feeling. It's that, you know, I don't want to be around this person. It's that I'm right. And you know what? I'm going to stay stubborn in this prideful mind to hate. Go ahead.
Come, brethren, lest ye be condemned.
Read it from the top. Read it again.
Grudge not one against another. Brethren, lest ye be condemned.
Period, point blank. Yeah. Lest ye be condemned. Read.
Behold, the judge standeth before the door.
And that's what brothers are not looking at. They're not understanding that.
No, I was going to say, you got to see that spirit of judging is a murder. That grudging spirit is a murderous spirit.
That's that Cain.
That's that Cain in you. Where, listen, you don't really have to put a shank in a cat, but you won't be there to help him when he needs it. You won't be there to give him the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding that can get him out of some perilous times. Because why? You can't stand the cat. You don't want to be around the brother. You hate him. That grudge in you, I can't even talk to you. So now he might need wisdom, and you might be the only one around. And instead of being that watchman, you let him perish. That's on. Either way it goes, it's on you. That's what we got to see. There's no escaping it. So you judge, you condemn, and if you don't do your job, you're threatening that condemnation from Yahweh Shai.
God.
So why not just do and make your day and make your life a little bit lighter? Get that monkey off your back. Get that anger out of you. Get that tension off your shoulders. Some of us walk around hunched over, man, and it's like you got all that anger and resentment and hate.
It's like we went over the class the other day. You got demons on you.
Weighing you down.
You got spirits that you're letting weigh you down, and you can free yourself if you humble yourself to Yahweh Shai. Watch, read on.
God, take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord.
Go ahead.
For an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience.
Yeah, they went through it, and they went through it patiently. Man, it said Abraham prayed for the Sodomites.
God.
They were heathens, right? What about Israel? When's the last time you prayed for your brother? When's the last time you said you faced the east when you had that emotion and said, Yahweh Shem Shai, strengthen this brother. Strengthen him and remove this demon from me. No, you don't. You know what you do? You run and you just create a tornado of negative. And that's why a lot of these schools and brothers leave the schools and sisters leave the schools. Now we know nobody's perfect. I'm sure I done offended brothers. I'm offended sisters. But if everybody's trying to work towards it and we're applying the basics of when I offend you, you come to me and tell me, or you offend me and I come to you and tell you, then that spirit of hatred and resentment won't be there. The spirit of unity will be there. But what happens is, bro, 1,000% of the time, every time you got a sister that got a problem with another sister. Did you talk to her? Nope. Nobody wants to apply Matthew's the 18th chapter and the 15th verse.
Because I gotta fix myself. I gotta fix myself. I gotta take time for myself. That's what's gonna fix it.
Nobody wants to apply the Bible. Then you got a problem with the brother AI. Did you go to him and talk to him? No, because every time I talk, okay. Oh, so every time he talks over you? Okay, did you apply the next part of that scripture? No, I didn't. But it don't matter anyway. I'm done with that. Like, how you done with that when that negative is in you? See, this is the problem. You're being disloyal, fake, and phony. You're not humbling to the Most High's commandments. What?
What's that next part?
Next part of what?
The next part says, if you got a problem, Matthew's 18 and 15. Let's go there real quick. Hold on. Finish this and then somebody get it. Go ahead, read.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
But above all things, my brother,
right?
Swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth,
uh-huh,
neither by any other oath.
You skip verse 11.
Yeah.
Oh, slot.
Yeah. Right. So verse 10, for an example, take the prophets for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. That's the example we're supposed to be following. Go ahead.
Behold, we count them happy.
We count them what?
Happy.
No, sad little puppies.
Happy.
I'm gonna make sure I create discord.
We count them happy.
I'm gonna create division.
We count them happy.
You're supposed to be happy. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. Go ahead.
Which endured.
Which what?
Which endured.
Yeah, you gotta endure that. Greater is he that is in you. We endure it all the time. People come say stupid stuff on YouTube. What do? I laugh it off. Why? Because most of the times it's ignorance. But I laugh it off because, Father, they know not what they do. Because if they did, they wouldn't be doing it. Right? Okay, bro. Next question. Right? Why? Because it's stupid. Y'all, I'm sure all y'all online seen brothers come up in here and get disgruntled, be provoking, and try to provoke us to an argument. What do?
Next.
We're like, okay, this is not an argument. Let's go ahead and talk like humans. That's what the scriptures say. When you see the brother don't like it, what do? We don't get emotional. We don't start flipping over tables and want to choke that brother or beat him up or kick him out. You know what I mean? We've had many problems with brothers. We told brothers, listen, if you don't believe, then why are you here? Now, that's real, right? No, but it's nothing personal. It's just like, think about it. We have to tell the brother, like, think about it, brother. If you don't believe, then why are you here? Like, I wouldn't, if I didn't believe, I wouldn't be here. Right? Yeah. You don't got to go to war. You don't got to be back and forth. Leave. But you see, a lot of people don't resolve things like that. They want to fight. They want to argue because that's what Esau showed us. Hate each other, fight with each other, choke each other out, shoot each other, stab each other. They're not teaching us wisdom. You see what I'm saying?
Tear each other down.
But somebody has to humble themselves. We got to be humble enough to know, okay, this brother's hostile. How could we get you to understand we're not going to change what we're teaching because you don't know what you're talking about? How? How could we do that, brother? Right? You got to talk to people. And yes, they might still be hostile, but the greater you are, be great. Y'all see that? Be the example. Be the shining light that Yahweh Shai said you're supposed to be. Y'all get this? Go ahead, read.
Ye have heard of the patience of Job.
Right.
And have seen the end of the Lord.
What verse? Right. Read 11 again.
Behold, we count them happy which endure.
We count them happy which endure. Like, look at who endured all these things. Look at all the men of the scriptures. We're not talking about this because it's some frivolous, soft, weak stuff. Bro, look at what the men of the Bible went through and see what we're going to have to go through. Why every little trial you want to abandon ship? The black man wants to abandon ship every little trial and battle.
good runners.
Except it's for liquor and women, and then you don't. But when it's for your people, you're in there. Go ahead.
Ye have heard the patience of Job.
But you heard the patience of Job. You read that. Go ahead.
And have seen the end of the Lord.
Go ahead.
That the Lord is very pitiful.
Right. The Most High is what?
Very pitiful.
Yahweh Shai is very what?
Pitiful.
That's our examples. Yahweh Shai, the Most High, is very pitiful. Go ahead.
And have tender mercy.
He had tender mercies. And we got to get more of that. I'm going to say it again. We're not perfect. None of us are. Because we all lose patience sometimes. But we got to get better and better and increase in that spirit, because that's the spirit that Yahweh Shai is looking for. Y'all get this? Okay, go from there. Go to Mark. Yeah. Go to Mark. Where is it?
12:31.
12 and 31. Go there.
Mark chapter 12, verse 31.
12 and 31. Yeah, read.
And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right, you were supposed to love thy neighbor as thyself. Now, how do you like to be treated? How do you want to be dealt with? How do you want that brother to have patience on you? When you're going through a battle and something that you just can't break through, how do you want brothers to deal with you on it? Right? You're supposed to deal with brothers how you want to be treated. This is the greatest commandment. Go ahead, read it again.
Verse 31. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Go ahead.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
Go ahead.
Verse 32.
And
the scribe said unto him, well, master, thou hast said the truth.
Right.
For there is one God. And there is none other but he.
Read.
And to love him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself.
Go ahead.
Is more than all whole burnt offerings.
Read.
And sacrifices. And when Yahweh Shai saw that he answered discreetly, he said unto him, thou art not far from the kingdom of Yahweh.
Right. That's what's going to get us closer to the kingdom of the Most High.
Damn.
That's what's going to get us closer to the Most High. This is what we're supposed to be building in our spirit. It's not, bro, you got the other side. Who's a hardcore killer, gangster disciple that can punch people in the face when they wake up? The black man. You the hardest nigga on earth. You shaft, you the rock, you're
Terminator.
Yeah, you all that. You the gang banging thug that can beat everybody up and sag your pants all the way to its knees. We get it. Yeah, well, we can be kings if we start acting like them. A king, you ain't a king unless you start acting like him. You gotta act like a king. This is what's gonna. The kings of the Bible that were righteous were acting like this. David act like this. Did you threw that out there about a king? We can be kings, but we're not. Why? Because we're letting this evil eye but still resonate in our bodies, in our mind, in our spirit. And we're not going to do our job in reaching and waking up our nation. We're not going to do our job in what Christ said. Forgive thy brother 70 times 7.
God.
Right? So you finish that?
Go
ahead.
And to love his neighbor as himself is more than all whole burnt offerings. Salah.
Yeah. Come on, read it right. Read it again.
Verse 34. And when Yahweh Shai saw that he answered discreetly, he said unto him, thou art not far from the kingdom of God. And no man after that durst ask him any question.
Right. Okay. What's up?
I was going to say, man, this is dope. Because it's showing you, man, like Yahweh Shai, what he's showing us right here is that for us to get to the kingdom is for us to show that love and compassion onto our brother.
Right.
And it has, when you think about it, like we can gain all this knowledge, we can read as much scriptures as we want, But what profit is it if you can't use it?
Right.
If you can't use it to deal with the brother and the sister, because that's what it's meant for. From the jump.
It's Christian mind state. I hear the word, I go sit down, and I go right back and do the opposite.
I mean, from the jump, it says Cain and Abel. It says, I'm your brother. You're supposed to be your brother's
keeper. Right.
And if you do that, it's so many ways that you can do it. You might not have the knowledge.
Right.
But if you're being corrected, if you're correcting somebody, you wouldn't want to be disrespected.
Right.
While you're being corrected. That's you being your brother's keeper. So you be humble while you're being corrected. It's so it can come in so many
it's so many circles as you get the wisdom of things that can be applied. You're saying
God
to that mind state of brotherhood, of unity, of making sure your brother's good.
God.
Yeah, but we're wise to do evil, but to do good we know not, and that's why we got to go over these scriptures, because it's almost like brothers don't read these scriptures. They're like, you don't read the greatest commandments. You don't read this. And you get caught up into this, like he said earlier, because you know halfway how to break down the color of Christ. You are a saint. You're an apostle sent back in time to only destroy the 2/3, when that's not the case.
Paul?
Yeah.
What he saw?
No, he's a like Terminator apostle sent back in time to revenge all disobedience. When your obedience is not fulfilled. When your obedience is not fulfilled.
Can I get one that's going to
take
you right in?
Well, yeah, but he asked about Matthew 18 and 15. Go ahead and read that.
Oh, okay.
Remember, he asked that, and then this is off the topic, on the topic, but go ahead.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 15.
Right, the method of what was supposed to be done when we have issues. Go ahead.
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee,
go ahead.
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Go and tell him. Hey, Shalom, I felt when you had said this, when you had said that, I got offended, right?
You had looked at me.
When you had looked at me strangely, I didn't know what was going on in your mind. You know, all the little emotional stuff that niggas out in the world shoot each other over. You were supposed to go to him and say, wow, I didn't know, I didn't know I did that. Or, you know what? This is what I'm going through, brother. This is what happened, right? That was supposed to happen. First method, right? Yeah. Because that's what we asked. Did you go to him? No, brother, I didn't go to him. Why? Because, brother, he talks over me. He does this and that and that and that. Okay, what's the next method? Go ahead.
If he shall hear you.
If he shall what?
If he shall hear thee.
Yeah, if you guys are civilized enough to be able to deal with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in the grace of Yahweh Shai, and you listen to each other. Go ahead.
Thou hast gained thy brother.
There you go. The end. You guys work this thing out and you fix the issue. Go ahead.
But if he will not hear thee.
But if he won't, because you guys are talking over each other, you both are emotional. Nobody knows how to spit on the fire. Nobody knows how to take low. Nobody knows how to be greater and humbler.
Or you're both grudging.
Right, or if you're both grudging, you're both resentful, and you both are acting like Negroes out in the world. Go ahead.
Then take with thee one or two more.
Right, so now you got to take another brother. Well, what's happening over here? Well, I feel brothers against me. Well, why is that? And then we can counsel. Right? But Israel don't want to do that. All you believers don't want to do the process. Why? Because it's been inbred in you just to be hateful to everything except for liquor and women. And money. You won't be hateful against those. Video games? You want to throw that one in there? Okay. And video games.
Yeah, we've been conditioned to run from the problems.
Yeah.
That's going to solve it. Running don't solve it. Drinking, weed, you forgot weed.
Yeah.
Weed is a good. Pills, popping mollies, driving around in your car listening to the music real loud, hitting the strip club, going shopping. This is how the black man solves his problems. Shop therapy. They taught you, the white man taught you that. Drink therapy, pill therapy, beat your woman. The new one is I gotta go to the gym to get my problems off. You go to the gym thinking that that's going to get it. That's not going to solve it. The Bible gives us the clear method. Or I just want to be alone.
Yeah.
I just want to be with myself. It'll dissipate somehow.
Every way is going to fix it except what Yahweh Shai said.
Yeah, the
every way is going to fix it except the way. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. But his way ain't going to work.
Right.
Why? Because you want to be rebellious, stubborn like your forefathers. Instead of doing it the right way. Just go to the brother. Well, bro, I don't care. If I got a problem, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to hold it. I'm not going to hold it in. I'm not going to sleep on it. I'm not going to let my spirit go, the sun go down on my wrath. And I'm not going to fake like what? I let it go and it's not let go.
Yeah, how you and the brother? We good.
Yeah. We good, but when y'all sit, y'all still can't talk. Y'all still can't. Sisters too. You still can't look at each other in the eye. You still can't be around each other. You make sure you sit on one side of the table. You make sure you sit at another side of the table. What was Yahweh Shai doing with Judas though?
Sopping and dipping.
Sopping and dipping. Do you think Yahweh Shai the whole time was like, Peter, this nigga right here.
The whole 3 years.
You think the whole 3 years he was sitting over there like, Judas was talking and Yahweh Shai was in the background like,
right, like side-eyeing him. I can feel the heat coming off that chair, dog.
You think Yahweh Shai was worried about that when he had a mission to die?
Yeah, he wasn't gonna let Judas change his spirit.
Come on, man. Yahweh Shai was to be on the cross and say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, is the most powerful thing a human can ever say in the middle of being tortured and killed.
Who can have compassion on the ignorant?
Right, but that's the level Yahweh Shai ain't saying you got to get on the cross. He's saying let your pride get on the cross. Let your envy be crucified. Let that resentment and grudging be crucified. But why do you think he came back and said, you that said I taught in your name? I was out there in the streets. I was passing out flyers. I was rolling with the brothers all the time. He said, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity. Why? Because when you didn't feed me, you didn't clothe me, you didn't visit me in prison. You didn't do this because when it came down to brotherhood, you said that nigga was in jail because, first of all, he's in jail because he's wicked. So you didn't go visit him in prison. Right? Oh, you didn't give him clothes, right? He's homeless because the Most High is checking him.
That's his path.
That's his path. The Most High is breaking his butt down. I ain't going to go give him nothing. It says help not a sinner, right?
Yeah, that's why I don't do this charity stuff.
That's why I don't do it. Think about it. Which one is it? Do you help your brother or not? It says, the scripture says, when Christ come back, he will say that you fed me, you clothed me, you visited me in prison, right? When you did this to the least of the brethren. Now, come on now, let's be real. What happens when a brother's in jail, man? What's the first thing the Israelites gonna do? That nigga's off.
Oh, yeah.
You got these cats that wouldn't give another brother, a homeless man, a cup of dang water. Because they said, what was it? It was, help not a sinner.
Help not a sinner.
They wouldn't give him a cup of water.
Oh.
So when do you ever apply charity? When do you ever apply that? You got to see, man, that's warped. That's not what Yahweh Shai said. Yahweh Shai said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. If your brother sinned 7 times, 70 times 7 in a day and repent, then forgive him. You don't even give him the option to repent. You don't give him the chance to. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. Go ahead, read on. So Max wanted this scripture. Go ahead,
That in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word may be established.
Uh-huh.
And if he shall neglect to hear them,
tell
it unto the church.
Right, you see that? So if they didn't hear the 3, then you might have to reveal it to the congregation. Okay, this person is disgruntled because they don't want to be the one to fix things. You got that too with black people. You know how many times we get in councils and we counsel people and you got the one stubborn person, y'all just taking their side. Y'all taking his side. Y'all taking her side. It's like, wait a minute. You got like 6 people saying you're insane. And the one person is like, yeah, because y'all taking their side. Because they don't want to get it right. You got people that are, the black man are vindictive.
That hatred.
It's been bred in you.
But that's how you live.
Yeah.
That's how you need that hate.
Man, you'll hate your damn uncle for like $30.74 that you lend him for a dime bag.
Because he licked your ice cream back in the day.
Right. You hate. What is this? What is this? A brother or sister?
I'm not sure.
I am constantly fighting the grudge demon. Yeah, but it's not only you.
Maisha? That's a sister.
It's not only you. It's Israel. It's brothers and sisters. So, you know, listen, we all go through it. But I know this. That's a wicked spirit. You understand? Listen, as teachers, as elders, I had to really realize this. I came up in a generation where if you didn't listen to what we were saying, you get prayers set up on you right then and there. But I had to really realize, wait a minute. I had to look at the prodigal son. Right? That means that everybody that leaves ain't necessarily gone. So I had to check my mind on that. Then I had to check my mind on forgive thy brother 70 times 7. I had to check my mind on that. Everybody ain't wicked. They make mistakes. You see that? So even from those 2 points I just pointed out, the prodigal son, he had to be given a chance to come back, right?
Right.
But if you curse him out and you say you're a wicked nigga and you condemn, why would he even bother? You see that? I had to look in the scriptures and see these points and realize that's not right. I'm going to say it again. Yes, we correct. You're getting corrected now. But we don't supposed to correct to the point of where it's like, okay, I pack your stuff. You could never come back. The Most High is never forgiving you, because that really is not the case. Y'all get this? Okay.
That's perfect. Let me get this real quick. Galatians 6:1. Galatians 6:1, because it goes right into the point that he's making. And again, this is another thing going right along with that Hebrews. This is what we forget. We get all this knowledge puff us up to a point where it's like you get so unstoppable, you forget that Satan is just waiting to punch you in the face. Mm-hmm. Satan is just waiting to blow on you so you can tip over. You think you can withstand bullets, but all Satan got to do is just blow on you, and you come whimpering back. Because we forget this right here. Read Galatians 6 and verse 1.
Galatians chapter 6 verse 1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault.
Because we're all bound for fault. We're all bound to fall. A just man falleth 7 times. We're all bound to be tempted and to battle. And some of us might lose in a temptation. Does that mean a man is wicked? Does that mean a man is just cast him to the outer darkness?
Of course not.
Of course not. But guess what? Some brothers think like that. Some brothers think like, man, he made a mistake. He's just done for. Get him out of here. I don't want to deal with him. He makes my blood boil.
Did David make a mistake?
God.
He slipped and fell into a woman's vajayjay.
Yep. Literally.
It's called adultery. So, that's a big mistake.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right now, if anybody committed adultery in here, you probably get suspended for a while, right?
God.
We ain't taking lightly. I'm sure any school will probably suspend you. Some schools will never let you come back. David. Mm-hmm. David. Was he forgiven? There you go.
So where's your level though?
How many brothers in the Bible sinned in the Most High? How many kings sinned? Mm-hmm. Who was the one that had to tap the arrows? Remember he had to tap the arrows, and he was like, "Listen, why you didn't tap it more?
That was
you would have destroyed them."
Yeah.
I forgot what king it was, but the Most High gave him extra life to live. Right?
Yep.
Think about how much mercy The Most High is giving brothers. Listen, we just read it in Sabbath class, the 12 patriarchs. These niggas threw Joseph in a hole, in a pit.
Yep.
Did the Most High forgive him? Con. You understand? The Most High is merciful. Why the Most High didn't forgive Esau? Why? Because Esau is unrepentful. They will not repent. They keep adding and they love it. It's bred in their spirit. And that's the demon that they're pushing on us. So we can hate. It's like, how are we the ones to revive, to give people the breath, but you're the most hateful niggas on earth? We're supposed to be the life, the love, to where when we see our people. You know what I mean? And that's, even though we were hard correcting back in the days, one thing we had was the love, because we was trying to wake our people up. You know what I mean? Right. And I think as somewhere it veered along the way when the separate camps, and then now it started to be like, nah, that nigga's off. It started to get, I should say, worse. And we got to dial that back, because that's not Christ-like. All right? Where you at?
Read it from the top.
Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault,
go ahead.
Ye which are spiritual.
Ye which are what?
Ye which are spiritual.
See, and that's the thing. We were supposed to be, and are supposed to be, spiritual. We're supposed to be able to discern. Read it one more time.
Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual.
Ye which are judgmental.
Spiritual.
Ye which that condemn.
Spiritual.
Wait, you angry Negroes.
Spiritual.
It says, ye that are spiritual. So what did that mean? That means I had to be circumspect on the situation. I had to look deeper than what was just in front of me. I had to understand that this could be me. I had to look back and say, wait a minute. Bros didn't deal with me the way I'm about to deal with it, brother. Hold on. Let me pause on my reaction. Say, ye which are spiritual, go ahead.
Restore such and one.
Wait, break them down.
Restore such and one.
Cast them out. Kick them out the camp.
Restore such and one.
Get angry, upset, belligerent. Just go slam down a bunch of liquor.
Restore such and one.
Go ahead.
In the spirit of meekness.
You're supposed to restore one in the spirit of meekness. That tenderheartedness, that love, that compassion that it talks about in Deuteronomy.
Yeah, because that sincere desire to say, you know what, this man needs help. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be optimistic in the truth. You can't be everybody is. That's you. You must be FBI. You the Illuminati, or what you here for? You can't sit like that. Because if that's the case, your eye's gonna be evil to everybody. Don't be stupid. You know a man by his fruits, right? Okay. So I'm gonna say it again. You gonna get corrected. Y'all seen many of our classes. I don't want y'all to think we done got so soft on you because of this class. But this is the balance. This needs to be taught. Our people need to know how to deal with each other. Y'all know we correct brothers and all that. I don't want y'all to start, oh, these brothers, we get that. Oh, these niggas are too soft. No. It's that brothers got to stop the niggerism.
Too overrighteous.
Yeah. And then you be so off in doing it.
Right, but that's why it says ye that are spiritual.
Right, exactly. You're right.
Ye that are spiritual, not ye that are angry, mad, easily ill-tempered, ye that are disgruntled and grudging. Restore one, because you're not going to restore anything. Mm-hmm. All you're going to do is break down and keep causing more discontent, more anger in every situation.
And guess what? Guess what's going to happen? What happened to Christ when he showed love? He did get blessed, but what's going to happen to you? How are you going to be treated when you do still have this spirit? Niggas are niggas. You can be trying to show love and be disrespectful and be non-argumentative. You can be that, and guess what's going to happen? A nigga will be like, I don't care. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. You know what I mean? There's many times cats on Facebook was like, bro, we're not arguing. See, you a punk. You're just like, hold on. What are you? Oh, shalom, brother. Gotta go. You never supposed to go down to that mad level. You're supposed to always like Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, I'm going to say it again, didn't flip over tables all the time. You understand? He dealt with those Pharisees and Sadducees. He checked them, correct with them, and he ate with them. Y'all better read your Bible. Checked them, correct with them, and corrected them, and ate with them.
Healed them.
Healed them.
But that's
the same ones he called serpents and vipers.
He healed.
He healed them. Right? The same centurions that was guarding and doing Israel bad, the police officers, he dealt with them and healed family. You got to read your Bible. It's more things than what you're thinking. Go ahead, read on.
And it's sad though that we got to say, well, we getting soft, like it's looking like we getting soft or whatever the case may be. Nah, y'all just don't understand balance. Again, did Yahweh Shai whoop everybody? Did he walk and beat up every Pharisee? He didn't beat up any Pharisees. Was he yelling and screaming all the time at them?
I like this one right here. I never know how to handle a spiteful and vindictive person. We're going to show you. Check this out. Read down in here. Go ahead.
Considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted.
Right. It says considering. Listen to this, man. This is one of the best keys and jewels.
That's the part I was,
and jewels that you have to have in the truth. That's going to keep you for not having demons on you. He just said it right there. Read that again.
Considering thyself.
Because a spiritual man does what?
Considering thyself.
A spiritual man will consider himself and the ones around him.
Yeah.
It ain't just, well, I'm just doing this because I have to. Or I'm just going to yell the Bible because I know it. We get into this realm of, well, I know the scriptures, so I'm just going to throw darts at you. And then you use the wrong scriptures.
You use the wrong scriptures at that. It says you got to consider and look at yourself because there will be a time where you will fall and be tempted. So, you know, you got to know that. Then when you fall, do you want that brother's hand to be out? What spirit and what thing did you nourish amongst you, your family, your household, and your nation? Let's go look out there in the world what they nourish. Hatred bears hatred. Negative bears shoot, rob, kill, murder, sell drugs to their mama. Now you trying to bring that to the truth? That's wrong. Go ahead.
Lest thou also be tempted.
Bear
ye one another's burdens.
But what are we supposed to be doing?
Bear ye one another's burdens.
Nah, that nigga's off.
Bear ye one another's burdens.
He's like you. Bear you one another burdens. Right now, this guy's tripping. But what happens when your brother trips? What happens when your family member that you love trips? What happens when your boo-boo trips?
You like, boo, I got you.
You don't be like, the first argument, I'm done. I'm gonna pack your stuff. Like, who did that? Who does that? Who's retarded like that?
You argued for 5, 6, 7 years with your rib.
Right.
You argued and argued.
Bruh, longer than that.
Right.
You bared that burden. And then you sat down and was like, listen, we gonna work this out. You was like, you know what? I'm out of here. No, we gonna talk. We gonna talk. Sit down, get your Bible. You know what? No, I'm done with this. I'm not dealing with this no more. Get your word. Right? You didn't go nowhere. You was scared. Because why? For women, wine, liquor, you go all out. But for your brother, you ready to shoot, stab him, crucify him, kill him. Quick. It's gotta stop. Go ahead.
And so fulfill the law of Christ.
Right, and fulfill the law of Christ, which we just read. Go ahead.
For if a man think himself to be something.
What?
For if a man think himself to be something.
Because that's the problem. You think you're above Yahweh Shai. You think you're going to come in the truth and everybody's going to be kind and the world is going to be good to you and you're going to be... We are all individual Yahweh Shais going through this life and having to live like Yahweh Shai. But as soon as you get puffed up and start thinking, I don't deserve this, how many brothers brothers have said that to us, dealing with their rib. But you never deal with your rib like that. You never pack your bags. You never leave. You always finding out ways to counsel her and wisdom and scriptures to go into her mind. Hey, what scriptures I got to get it right with her.
You got the whole Ecclesiastes 25.
Yeah, you got
26,
Proverbs 31.
Titus.
Right.
You got them all ready.
But with a brother,
you like, man,
you're what? You ain't bearing no burdens.
You don't want to hear it.
Like, that nigga's supposed to know. He's a grown man.
Yeah,
I ain't bearing no burden. Where's the burden? Where's the burden carriers? Where's the ones that did like Yahweh Shai? This is what we're supposed to be doing, not what your own lust and pride is. And I'm going to say this. We do it. I had to learn how to do it. Why? Because the other way is just losing and getting brothers to hate you. Getting people to hate you. So you have to learn how to win your people. Paul said it best. I became all things to all men to win them over in Christ. But a lot of times, brother, they're so puffed up, they don't want to win nobody. They don't want to condescend to nobody. It says condescend to men of low estate. Nah. That nigga, he's there where he need to be. Where he at.
Most High is dealing with him.
Right.
It's always
come down. You got to come down to their level. Go ahead.
When he is nothing.
Right. So read it from the top, that verse 3.
For if a man think himself to be something,
right,
when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
And the fact is, we're nothing. By the graces of the Most High, we are what we are. To be sitting here, learning the knowledge, teaching the knowledge, whatever you got from the Most High, bro, we're nothing. So I don't know who gassed your head up to think you're special, but we're nothing. Go ahead.
But let every man prove his own work.
You're worried about him, throwing stones at him, but what are you proving to be? You proving to be the demon. Yeah, the hypocrite. Prove your work. Stand fast for Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone.
Yeah, then you will understand, man, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. That's where the rejoicing will come. Go ahead, what you got?
No.
Did you got the one where the sister made the comment?
Yeah.
Romans
12 and 17.
Right, and this is just to add to what the sister was saying. She said here, I don't know, I never knew how to deal with spiteful and vindictive people. Well, this is going to help you out here.
Romans 12 and verse
17.
Romans chapter 12, verse 17.
Recompense to no man evil for evil.
Do what?
Recompense to no man evil for evil.
Go ahead.
Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
There it is. You're not supposed to render evil for evil. This is the law of Yahweh Shai, the law of the Most High. Provide what?
Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
Go ahead.
If it be possible,
right,
as much as lieth in you,
go ahead,
live peaceably with all men.
That's what you're supposed to be doing. The scriptures say, win the love of the congregation. Go ahead.
Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves.
Do what?
Avenge not yourselves.
That's it. How do you deal with a despiteful person? It's going to tell us. You don't avenge yourselves. Go ahead.
But rather give place unto wrath.
But give what?
Place unto wrath.
Listen, and I'm not saying pray against them, because the scriptures say pray for your enemies. What I'm saying is, let the Most High deal with it. What the scripture's saying is, let the Most High deal with it. Give place unto wrath. If you think you're being done wrong, if this person just won't stop, won't let go, right? Say, Yahweh, pray for them. Listen, prayer for somebody is better than cursing. Y'all think I lost it? We're gonna read down and find out. Read. Go ahead.
For it is written, vengeance is mine.
Right. Vengeance is the Most High. So you're not supposed to recompense and start looking how to cut them off and kill them and destroy them. Niggas do that. Go ahead.
I will repay. Saith the Lord.
Read.
Therefore, if thine enemy hunger,
shoot him in the face.
Feed him.
Rob him.
Feed him.
If your enemy hunger, send up curses on him.
Feed him.
If your enemy hunger,
eat in front of his face and don't give him none.
Eat in front of his face with your back towards his face. Go ahead.
Feed him.
Do what?
Feed him.
It says feed him. This is the best thing you can do when you got a person that you're so-called, that don't so-called like you. Show up at their door and say, here, I got you something. Oh, that kills them. Kill them, what's Selena Gomez say? Kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. Right? Well, she stole that from the Bible. Okay, read it again.
Therefore, if thine enemy hunger.
If your enemy hunger, do what?
Feed him.
Get nauseous.
Feed him.
Be resentful.
Feed him.
Grudge.
Feed him.
Hate him.
Feed him.
Go ahead.
If he thirst, give him drink.
No. Not in the Bible. We gotta be reading the Holy Quran.
You know what Paul was doing here, though?
Hold on, is this a New World Translation?
The NIV?
Is this the NIV Bible?
You know what Paul was doing here, though? He was resetting our minds back into Deuteronomy. And when I say that, I mean he was taking us out of that.
Right.
Because the mind state was, yeah, nigga, you hungry, but I got mine. What is the mind state today? Get mine, or get yours, because I'm going to get mine.
Right.
Right? I got enough for me, but I actually have an abundance. But I ain't giving your ass none because I work for this. But what does it say in Corinthians about the supply being for someone else's want? And vice versa. He that gathered much had none left over, and he that gathered little had enough. But see, that's not the mentality of our people is, bro, this is all me. I put in the work, I did it, I made me, I built me. You ain't good enough, and if you want to get it, hustle harder. We got to get out. Paul was trying to reset our minds back into that tender and delicate man, that compassionate man, that compassionate woman.
Yep.
He was resetting our brains because why did he have to say this? Why did Paul have to write this letter to the Romans and have that in there? Because niggas was operating outside the spirit. Like, yeah, you hungry and I'm not. I got 10 loaves and you got none. And I don't care.
Right.
You niggas was dying of thirst in the church. So you got gallons.
Stacy, hopefully this is answering your question. How would you deal with the person with an attitude problem? Listen, it's telling you here.
It's the same
It's
thing.
giving you the keys.
Yeah.
Like I said, if y'all go to our videos, you see certain cats coming to class, and it's a combative spirit. Just look at how we deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, bro, brother or sister, we didn't answer that question. Now it's like you want to have doubtful disputation. Look at how we deal with it. We don't get into no argument. We're not trying to get back and forth. We're not trying to fight with you. We're just like, listen, this is what it says. Can we move on now? You don't have to battle everything. You don't have to win every fight.
Everything don't have to be met with force.
Yeah, it don't.
Force don't need to be met with force. I had a brother tell me that. Well, force got to be met with the equal amount of force. Yeah, Esau told you that.
Yeah, the white man tell you that, not the scriptures.
That's the scriptures. That's why when you go out there and you try to equal force with force, you get your ass whooped.
Yeah, you get shot, you get killed, you get murdered.
Because your force ain't greater, but it says a soft answer, turn away wrath.
It says spit on the fire.
Yeah.
There's other ways than and the scripture tell you it's a time for all things.
Mm-hmm.
See? 1 minute it says answer a fool according to his folly. Then in the next verse it says answer not a fool according to his folly. Right? Or answer not a fool according to his folly. And then it comes back and says answer a fool according to his folly.
Mm-hmm.
Lest he be right in his own conceit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a time. Right? But we know that dealing with avenging, dealing with a disgruntled person that's losing their mind, why would I answer this fool according to his folly when he ain't even listening anyway?
Because it said you'll be just like him.
Exactly.
It said you'll be like unto him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got to know that this is a conversation that's not getting nowhere. Okay, bro, you got it then. You won. Shalom. Let me go do what the heck I got to live.
Who's going to take low? That's the problem with us. We don't want to take low.
Like it's really not all that important, though. Like, when you get in these conversations and you're going back and forth with a person that you're arguing with, who's gonna humble and say, you know what, I could have done better. You're right, I could have done better. Somebody gotta say it, but who's gonna do it? The person that really believes in Yahweh Shai.
The spiritual man.
You know what I mean? There's some way that I probably offended you. You're right. Even though at this point I'm not seeing it, but I'm gonna take low. I've been in those conversations, heated conversations. I was like, this nigga's gonna tell me this, right? Are you serious? I was so mad, but then the brother was like, just listen. I was like, come. I shut up. I was like, you know what? I might not feel this way, but I could have offended you. I'm sorry. I didn't feel like it, but I know this, that somebody had to calm down, right? Somebody had to say, you know what? Open the door for forgiveness for both of you. Or you're going to keep the animosity going. And that's what spirit I was in. I was like, I'm not going to keep this animosity going because this brother obviously is angry as hell with me.
There's no understanding. You open the door to be able to really understand that if a brother says I was offended by you, you could at least now give yourself a chance to evaluate.
Right.
Critically think and say, wait a minute, okay, let me hear out his point. But that's another thing that we don't want to do. We don't want to hear each other out. It's like, you offended me. No, I didn't. Like, but nigga, how you know? I'm telling you.
Yeah, you didn't even give him a chance to talk.
Yeah.
You don't give him a chance to relay the message or to communicate it.
Or tell you the offense.
Yeah, it's already an automatic, high-minded spirit instead of saying, you know what? Okay, I did do that, but here's what's my intentions.
Or tell me what I did.
Right.
And
well, that's the first thing that got to be said.
But that's the thing. It's like, brother, you offended me. No, I didn't. Like, what?
Right.
Wait a minute, huh?
That's the first step.
I didn't even tell you what
Somebody got to say that. Somebody got to feel that. But it's not being done, and we're arguing now. We're going back and forth about opinion or this or that and this. We got to apply the scriptures, man. Go ahead.
God, therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him.
Right.
If he thirst, give him drink.
If he thirsts, give him drink. Answer me, riddle me this. When's the last time in your life you've ever did this to a human? Being your enemy. Ask yourself that. You don't have to answer. Ask yourself, when's the last time that person that you that face right there where you were like, you know, the nauseous face, like, you know, that person that you felt towards like that. You were like, man, I'm going to go do the opposite and feed this person and give this person water and show this person love. Think about when we do these things.
I was gonna say, we don't even put ourselves in the situation.
Hell no. I'm gonna stay away from that. I'm gonna stay away from that person.
Exactly.
I'm gonna stay away from this person. Why? Now, this is not saying that disgruntles and belligerents. You get some people that don't want to fix it. Obviously, no, they don't. If I even give them a cup of water, they're probably gonna shove this in my face. Right? Pour it out in front of you or throw it in your face. You know, okay, wisdom tells you, let me just stay away from that.
Right.
But this is applicable to a lot of situations that really it's not to that point.
Well, I think the real question is this. Why are you even making enemies? Why are we even making enemies as brothers and sisters that got the ultimate supreme wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? And hear me out. We're going to have enemies out there that are going to be our enemies just for the word's sake. Just because we preach the word.
Right.
Now, those you probably ain't going to win. Because they're like, yeah, I don't want to hear that Bible. You're wrong. You're a cult. You're this. You're that. Blah, 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 blah. But he don't like me, enemy. Like, he don't like me. But
yeah.
Don't even,
we're not talking about the enemies of the cross.
Right. We're talking about you make through your lack of judgment, your folly, through your lack of your senses being exercised. Why are we making enemies? That's the first thing. Because if you can make an enemy and you're able to go to him and fix it, shouldn't have been an enemy in the first place. Why are we offended? We got to offend less. The scriptures tell us about that. We got to figure out, and we're not perfect. I'm not saying that we got to be perfect, because we're not going to be. You know, the scripture says if you can bridle your tongue, you're perfect. You ain't going to offend.
Right.
We know offenses will come, but a lot of them come through stupidity.
Right.
Lack of experience, lack of judgment, lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You don't know how to deal with people. You don't know how to deal with men. Some sisters don't know how to deal with women. There's a lot of, you know, dealing in this camp, there's a lot of youth. On both sides, men and women.
Yeah.
And when a man comes to you and deals with you, it's like, oh, all of a sudden your feelings are hurt. Or when a woman, an elder woman comes and deals with you on something, it's like all of a sudden you're offended. Like, you offended me. Why? Because I spoke forwardly?
Right.
Or because I had a little bit of a bass in my voice that you ain't used to? That's not offending.
Yeah.
That's not offending. The scriptures say to the meek and to the forward. So not everybody's going to come in the way that you like. But now, the elder, brother and sister, they got to understand how to even come to people.
They got to be tactful.
Tact. Yeah, you got to have tact. You got to have sweet seasoned with salt.
Right, but if you never learned that in your youth,
you're not going to have it.
When you ought to be teachers, and you're learning how to teach, if you're always thinking everybody's wicked, tact ain't even in your vocabulary.
At all. Nothing's wicked, that's it.
Yeah, that's just in your, you wicked, everybody's wicked.
Get them all a car.
Right. That tact is in your vocabulary when we're understanding how Yahweh Shai said. When we're understanding how you deal with your enemies in Israel. Right? That's what Yahweh Shai said. We'll go back to Matthew 5 if we need, because all Paul's doing is quoting what Yahweh Shai said in Matthew 5. Go ahead, read.
For in doing so, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
Yeah, that goes back to Proverbs. This was said in Proverbs about feeding your enemy, right? So the Most High is showing us that this is what's going to win. Most of all, it's going to win your spirit, because one day you will be tempted. You will be tempted the same thing that brother is tempted with. You get brothers and sisters that come in the truth and have different battles. You get brothers and sisters, man, that come in the truth and their family cut them off. They lose things. They're going through mental issues. They're going through problems. If we don't understand that, then you're not going to be compassionate. Y'all get this? And merciful. So we have to see that. Some people come in and they just got mental issues. But who did Christ eat with? Publicans and sinners. Right? Who did he heal? The whole or the sick?
Sick.
Now you're doing the work. But did Yahweh Shai healing the sick, did he sit with them at the table and say, you know what? You off, nigga, you off.
or did he boast his power like, yeah, I can heal you, but I ain't messing with y'all?
Yeah.
Did he do that? Did he sit there and, yeah, I know I got the power to heal you, but guess what? I'm like, remember Chingy? What did Chingy do to the homeless man? He had money. He said, yeah, you're going to do 100 push-ups for this $1. Was it Chingy or it was some rapper that did it?
Wow. Sounds like DMX.
No, it wasn't DMX.
No, I think it was
one of these young boys. It was Meek Mills. It was Meek Mill. It was Meek Mill.
Wow.
It was Meek Mill. He made a homeless man do push-ups for the money. He had what he wanted, but it's like, you got to do something for me. Was Yahweh Shai like, yeah, in order for me to heal you, I need you to do 3 black flips and spin this coin on your finger? Nah, he actually lowered himself. He condescended to their estate. Why? To bring them up. That's all it was about. And to glorify the Most High. See, that's what we should be doing. Whatsoever you do, do it heartily, not unto man, but unto the Most High, knowing that he's going to reward. See, we look at the reward like, well, the nigga ain't doing nothing for me.
Right.
I gave this up and I gave that up, and look, he's just a damn demon. Well, he was supposed to be a demon. That's what he was set there for. He was set there to show, if you apply the right things, the glory of the Most High and the glory in you.
Who did Yahweh Shai heal? Demons.
Yeah.
He cast those demons out. Right? Who was he healing? People that had demons on them. I'll word that in a different way. Who was he healing? People that had demons on them. Did he say, nah, nigga, you got a demon on you, get away from me? No, he cast the demons out. Why are you mad because they got demons on them instead of casting the demons out? Yeah.
Let's finish it. Finish reading.
Yeah.
This is how you do it.
Yeah.
Be not overcome of evil.
And that's the problem, man. Brothers be getting overcome with their emotions, with their anger. You down a bottle and then you just go berserk. You get upset, like, man, and then you just count everybody wicked. You literally condemn everyone with your tongue. But then you just did some off.
Yeah,
no. Did something
he
off.
Condemned everybody and then condemned himself.
And you condemned yourself.
Because thou that judges not thyself.
Ooh. Romans 2.
Yeah, let's go there real quick because we got what? 12
seconds. We got 2 seconds.
We got 12
minutes. Me and
minutes.
Kazak up here, we got 2 seconds.
2 seconds apiece. Roman, a.k.a. we'll be here another 40 minutes.
I got 2 minutes and he got 10.
Right. RHP, right?
Romans, God, and that's over. Romans chapter 2 and verse 1.
Romans chapter 2, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art, that judges, for where thou judges another.
Okay, no. Let's try that again. Read it again.
Yeah, read it again.
Romans chapter 2, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, thou art inexcusable, O man.
See, the Bible is telling us that we're inexcusable. We're inexcusable. You're not going to escape the judgment. You're not going to escape the mirror being turned back on you. But you know what the crazy part is about that mirror? The brother that you're condemning is your mirror. The sister that you condemn is your mirror. They're you. Your rib is your mirror. Your husband is your mirror. The brother that you are set next to, that's your mirror. That's your gauge. So that's why you're not excused. You're inexcused. Because you're supposed to look at him and say, wow, what is the Most High trying to show me? Where am I falling short? Oh, well, the brother, he talks over me. He lacks patience, so let me be more patient. Oh, well, the sister, she lacks discretion. She don't know how to talk. Let me make sure I don't lack discretion when dealing with her. See, you're inexcusable. Why? Read.
Oh, man, whosoever thou art, that judges.
Yeah, because now you're putting yourself in that judgment seat. You sitting there pointing the finger. See, he's off. He's wicked. She's off. She's wicked. How come she don't get it? How come he don't get it? Wait a minute, but do you get it? You ask how come they don't get it, but do you get it? Do you get the principles of the doctrine? Are your senses exercised? Have you mastered Hebrews 5 and 12?
That do you get that Yahushua despised the shame, and like we just read in Galatians, that the apostles, they endured affliction. They endured these things.
Go ahead, read.
For wherein thou judgest another.
Because when you judge a man, you point that finger. When you swing that sword, that two-edged sword, by the way, because that's what it is. The word is sharper than any double-edged sword, right?
Yep.
Read.
Thou condemnest thyself.
Remember that. You swing it and you hit one thing, but it swings back to you. But see, only a prideful man is like, nah, I'm good. No, I don't need that correction. I'm over here casting out demons, huh? Or guess what? I don't gotta cast out demons. I'm gonna just let them demons dwell. I'm gonna separate myself from that. So you condemn yourself, man. Because as we read back in Ezekiel, as we read in Leviticus, you were supposed to be there to in any wise rebuke your neighbor, chastise your brother, but rebuke him and rebuild him and restore him in the spirit of meekness. Not in the spirit of pride. Not in the spirit of I'm high-minded and I'm good. Everybody's wicked and I'm straight, even though I'm calling to be counseled on my wickedness. How does that make sense? It don't. Read on.
For thou that judges doest the same things.
You see that? Because you that judge, you did the same thing. You forgot that you were compassed about with infirmity. You're still compassed with infirmity, like it says in Hebrews. This is what made a man great, where he was able to still be compassed, still have compassion, and still help the ones around him and not belittle or look down. Not hop on his high horse, on his pedestal, like, yeah, I'm too good.
Yeah.
Y'all see that?
Yeah, and the sister said pride gets the best on Facebook. Pride gets the best of us all. Yeah, but this is why the Most High said to hate pride. One of the 7 things the Most High hates is pride. And the problem is like we read earlier, knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. See, you can't let that you can't get puffed up in your mind. You got to always understand what the Most High is doing and what he said was going to be done. That you were going to go as a chosen man and women, you're going to be going through these trials and tribulations and have to stand through them. That's what it is. But you got to stand righteously. You can't fall down and come down to this level of wickedness, rendering evil for evil. And that's what Paul is killing them on this one. Right? Thou that judges doeth the same thing. That's obvious. We're supposed to be running from that. We talk about the preachers and pastors all the time, right? But then you're going to do the same thing? That's not what we're supposed to do. Jump over to verse 17. Jump to 17.
Romans chapter 2, verse 17.
Right.
Behold, thou art called a Jew.
Somebody pick up.
And restest in the law.
Right. Go ahead, Lamont. Pick up. 17.
Voice is going up.
Behold, thou art called a Jew.
Right.
And restest in the law.
Restest.
Oh, and restest in the law. And makest thou boast of the Most High.
Yeah, this is what we got to watch. This is why Yahweh Shai called the Pharisees and Sadducees serpents and vipers. Because you're boasting of the law. You're saying you're of the Most High. You're saying you're a righteous man. Go ahead.
And knoweth his will.
Right.
And approveth the things that are more excellent.
Yeah, you're supposed to be the more excellent person. Well, then how come you're bearing hatred? Because we just read not to. How come you're rendering evil for evil and railing for railing when the Bible says not to? What happened to condescending to the low estate when the Bible says to do that? See, you're supposed to be excellent and all right in all knowledge, right? Why are you not doing what the scriptures say then? Go ahead.
Being instructed out of the law.
Right. You go right to the law when your family member open that pork sandwich and Jeremiah 10:1 when they pull out that Christmas tree, you getting them, right? Go ahead.
And art confident that thou thyself art a guide of the blind.
And that's how we all are. But this confidence can get obscured and pride can come in. That pride comes in when you think yourself above what you are. You ain't Yahweh Shai. And you have not even resisted unto anything striving against sin. Could you at least get some skin in the game? You know what that means? That could you at least stand for some righteousness and be consistent a little bit at a time? And then you can make a lease. You can say, well, I don't deserve this. But you haven't even stopped the things of the old man. You can't even control the things of the old man. Read.
God, a light of them which are in darkness.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to be. But why is it that you get in an argument with this brother or this sister and then you start doing the things that you're angry about? Oh, they always talking over me. Then you got to remind the brother, how many conversations we get in and you talk over us? But we don't argue at you. We don't cut you off. We don't be like, you know what, brother, you're off. Right? How many times? See, and it's sad we got to go there, But you know what? Israelites are hypocritical. The black man and black woman is hypocritical as hell. You have a zeal, but not according to knowledge, and we got to stop it. Go ahead.
God, an instructor of the foolish.
Right.
A teacher of babies.
Right. Listen, you know what Paul's doing right here? He's setting you up. He's like, you supposed to be this, you supposed to be that. Right. You all knowing, you omnipotent, right?
All supreme
you
God.
All supreme God, law, fringes, beard, right?
Yep.
But not. That's what the point is. Read.
Which has the form of knowledge.
Right, you got a form of knowledge. Go ahead.
And of the truth in the law.
Right.
Thou therefore, which teachest another, teachest thou not thyself?
Yeah, but you can't teach yourself. You so deep, spiritual, you can't control yourself. Like you were saying earlier.
You got all the common sense, but you can't apply it.
That's why it doesn't matter how much of the Bible you know, is what of the Bible we apply.
Yeah, all you got is knowledge.
Knowledge, bro. The devils believe.
But they tremble.
And tremble. Con, what's the difference between the devil and you? What is it? What's the difference between the devil and you if you can't apply what you're teaching? She's a demon, but you acting like a demon just like her. You arguing with her like that.
You taught her.
Right, you taught her how to be a demon. Now you mad because she's a demon. This is how it be. It's gotta stop. You're gonna kill. You're leading yourself to destruction. All of us, we gotta check that spirit and live by what we're saying. Go ahead.
Thou that says amen.
Come on.
Thou therefore which teachest another, teachest not thou, not thyself.
Go ahead.
Thou that preachest a man should not steal, doest thou still?
See, and y'all get the point. The point he's making here is that, listen, you can't get angry and go off on somebody else because they're so wicked and evil, then go right back and do and be and go to their level with the evilness. You don't supposed to do that. All right, it's 10 o'clock.
Finn.
I mean, we can
keep going and going.
Listen, there's a lot more scriptures. A lot more scriptures, y'all. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. We just touched the tip of the spear.
Yeah, because it gets deep, man. It really gets deep. This class.
Yeah,
it can get. Yeah.
Y'all know how it is. All right, man. So, listen. I'm gonna say this again. The reason why we came up with these classes is because it's a reminder to all of our people that being a Hebrew Israelite is to wake our people up. It's to wake our people up. It's to strengthen and build our people, not destroy them and break them down. Now we know the correction is grievous to him that forsaketh the way, but the wisdom, this is supposed to be an uplifting. Because you're not done, you're not dead, it's not over with. But this is a check to remind all of us that you can't deal like that with Israel. You know what I mean? You got to be able to forgive your brother 70 times 7. It says a just man falleth 7 times, right? Then it says forgive thy brother 70 times 7. Why? Because that just man is going to get back up and start and try to fix his issues. But you got to let him. You can't stump him out. You can't cut him out. You got to give him a chance, right? The other scripture, Ecclesiastes, said, woe to him that is left alone. When he falls, who will be there to pick him up? So let's put it together. The just man falls 7 times, right? In Proverbs, right? But Ecclesiastes, as it comes back, Ecclesiastes 4, it says, when he falls, who will be there to pick him up? It's supposed to be his brother. How do we pick him up? Galatians 6:1 came back and says, in the spirit of meekness, restoring him. That's what we're supposed to do. Restore, pick this man up, this brother up, this sister up in the spirit of meekness, knowing that ourselves are going to be tempted. Y'all get that?
You want to be picked up in the same manner.
Does it say anywhere in there that when he gets wicked, you get wicked like him? And y'all just go at each other in full-fledged argument, disputing and debating and choking each other out. Does it say that? Or the way you can't talk, or like, you sound like you in some gangbang movie. My nigga, listen, I'm telling you, if I would have seen him and stop all that, the hoorah, please. Stop. You ain't gonna beat nobody up.
Especially if you can't beat up the white man yet.
Yeah, you ain't, listen, you don't beat up the white girl at your job. So stop it. Because if it was in the street, my nigga, straight up, on site. No, you wouldn't. You would. There would be no on site.
Because Esau ridicules us on site. And
yeah.
Doing nothing.
If people are getting murdered, lynched, killed, and you're not doing nothing about that. So don't be like that with your people. We can't be like these cats out there in the world and then go out there and try to teach them. You understand? There's got to be some standard, right?
Yeah.
Some standard to be able to say, okay, hey, we got to rap on this. We got control over ourselves, right?
God.
Come on, man. That's it. Did anybody have any questions on that? No? Okay. All right. Y'all know the deal. We'll be here Wednesday, y'all. Same bat time, same bat channel. We're back on our real channel. We're back on our real channel, so we're gonna be here putting the videos on this real channel. It's not like the other one's fake, but this is where we've been putting on all of our videos, cable shows, our news shows. It's been on this channel. So please, once again, like, share, and subscribe. We thank all of you brothers and sisters on there that come with the positivity, with the love, with the brotherhood and sisterhood. We appreciate that because we hate niggerism and confusion. All right, so with that, let's say shalom to them.
Shalom.
We'll see y'all Wednesday.
What? Finn. You ever see the end of the old movies? F-I-N dot? Finn.
Oh, okay. Did your daughter tell you that? That one fit?
No.
Oh, okay.
Did she?
I don't know.
No. I watch old movies.
All right. What time the mall close?
Now.
Oh, at 10. Ay, Manjo, magpanyang ko lang. Face the
Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie.
Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, it's Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The immaculate conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th.
Another day to do your work, because I can go to do your work, to do your will. And we ask you how, as you continue to purge us, to clean us, to make us clean in your sight. We ask you how, remove the spirit of judging, of condemning, of hatred for our brothers and for our sisters.